Where you are dealing with a crash, it takes out at least one right lane on the east-west connector westbound at Floyd Road, and now dealing with a red alert out in the Tempo area as a crash I-20 eastbound around State Route 113, exit 19. All lanes are closed. Avoid it by using Highway 78. I'm Veronica Harrell, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy, hot today, high 95. A few pop-up showers can't be ruled out. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 93 with an isolated shower or storm. Wednesday, a cold front approaching, mostly cloudy with widespread rain showers, high 85.
It's 94 in Roswell, 88 in Villa Rica, 89 in Monroe. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, hour one of the Von Haessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Haessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Well, kind of. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews, has the afternoon off. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher, has the afternoon off. So if you like the Doctrinaires more than the host, this isn't going to be your favorite show. We do have the man behind the glass, George Clark, and the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
I need to keep like a streak board going here with how many days I've been going. I think I've got like a streak for a couple months now.
Yeah, you've been doing a good job.
Consistent, man.
You've been doing a good job.
Coming in here.
You're always in
along.
here. George does too.
Well, he went on a vacation recently.
Okay, hold on. You've had your festival. Yeah, come on. The man's allowed to go on vacation.
Of
We're not
course.
talking about vacations. You've taken, a couple of long weekends to go to festival shows.
I have not since the beginning of the summer. So it's been a
Really?
while. Yeah, it's been a minute. I'm ready. I'm ready to take some time.
Well, so you're ready to leave. You're ready to get the hell out of here.
Ready to freaking
You're
enjoy.
bragging about the fact that you'd never call in or take a day off, but you're saying you're exhausted. You can't wait to take time off.
I'm not saying I'm
It
exhausted.
seems to me like you
Hey,
just said that there. You're exhausted.
I look over
Look
at
at
my-
George. He's wearing a button-up shirt. He's ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
And you're exhausted over here.
I look at my colleagues and I'm like, you know what? If they're going to take days off, you know what? I'm going to take some days off down the line.
Oh, I see
Getting
what
ready
you're
to
saying
go.
is your behavior is governed by others, not yourself.
That's right. It
So
is
you're
good.
saying.
I see Autumn
Yeah.
over there taking days off, and I see
Yeah.
Tim taking days off, and I'm like, okay, all right.
There's another trend to follow.
Exactly.
And
I will
as
follow
a
along.
35-year-old in America, trends are what it's all about.
That's right.
You know, whether it's the latest cidery or taking as many days off as your colleagues, it's important to be trendy by following the trends. So I appreciate that about you. Greg Russ is going to join us at 4 because we have an absence of Doctrinaires, and he said to me, don't exhaust the whole Falcons talk thing. Apparently, he's got a thing or two to say. I've known the guy since he was 19. What is he, 41 now or something like
Yeah.
that? I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's going to be somewhat negative. He tends to be.
Yeah.
Now, my question is he going to go after us? Is he going to go after the Falcons, or is he going to go after the refs? I think he might go after
It was
the
an
refs.
awful call on Kyle Pitts at the end of the game. We had
It
multiple
was.
chances to win that game, but if you're a Falcons fan and you're panicking, that's ridiculous.
All
Don't
right,
panic.
see, you're going straight into your punditry.
I'm just here to calm the city down because I want to make sure that I went on Falcons Twitter for a little while last night, and people were losing their ish, and I'm just like, guys, we're okay. Like
Well,
this
it
is
doesn't
it's
feel
a
good.
good team. It doesn't feel good to lose.
Doesn't feel good to lose, and Kansas City doesn't know how to lose. Kansas City has not played a good game yet this year. I mean, in terms of Kansas City standards, and they're 3-0, which is the scariest damn thing in the world if you're a fan of any of the other 31 teams, because my guess is they're going to get it together. They're going to have some good games, but they're 3-0, and they really haven't, not from the offense anyway. They got an amazing defense. And maybe they're kind of a defensive team now. This is not a sports talk show. People get angry. Would you have an open mic where that guy's like, so mad at me?
Oh yes, this guy
People
is
get so angry.
Yeah,
You know, sometimes
I had to bleep
think
this.
sometimes I think to myself, perhaps I should just quit. I don't want to be the cause of so much consternation.
Von Haessler, I'm halfway through episode 74. This is not a
sports show. That's all you've been talking about. I keep pressing the plus 30 second, and you still talking about it.
I don't know, to make that guy so angry.
My goodness.
Before I had a show on radio, it's quite possible that it was very difficult to move that man to anger like that. I could be responsible, is what I'm saying. Like, his children may be dealing with bad moods because of the fact that he's tuning into something that he believes isn't and shouldn't be or never be a sports show. And then he gets hit with that. I got to tell you, I feel terrible about it, that I'm ruining people's days.
Well, you also had
feel good.
This open micer kind of in the same vein.
Eric Von Hessler. Thanks to you, I can no longer watch a football game without wondering if my appendix is just going to randomly burst. So congrats, my friend. You've managed to ruin the game more than Roger Goodell. The time is 8:41 and the temperature is... whatever, it doesn't matter. We're all going to die anyway, right?
See, that guy's got a sense of humor, so...
That's Greg Russ's cousin.
Yeah, I feel totally cool with that. But the other guy, boy, I felt like I really ruined his day.
Von Hessler, I'm halfway through episode 74. This is not a sports show. That's all you've been talking about. I keep pressing the plus 30 second, and you still talking about it.
Man, that's the
beginning of the season, maybe a little later on. We won't talk about it so much.
You know what?
No promises.
Basically, this show is not like other shows, and that's for good and bad for some people. Some people want the kind of show that they're used to getting, and there's nothing wrong with that. But basically, what this show runs is whatever the hell the host feels like talking about that day, out of the current events that are stirring around. That's what happens, for better or worse.
Absolutely.
And believe me, sometimes I drive home going, man, nobody wanted to hear about the Beatles for 45 minutes. But you know what? That was the mood I was in. So as a member of the audience of this show, you just gotta take the bad with the good, because if you like other elements of the show, it's still coming from that place. Wow, the host just is really, this is top of mind. This is where he's going. He had this thought. But sometimes I may get off on a jag that you're really not interested in.
And sometimes
it's the way that it is.
As soon as we stop talking sports, there'll be another call. This is a war show.
This is why. I said, what, all you do is talk about war? Which I was talking too much about war. That's the one thing I do want to change the show to more entertainment. Because there's nothing any of us can do. I mean, if these idiots that are running the show are dragging us into World War III, guess what isn't going to save us from World War III? A wacky radio show. So I think we can just give up on that, trying to have any effect on that whatsoever, and just try to enjoy ourselves. Zelensky, I wish, hey, show up in a swing state and try to have something to do with the election. That's fantastic. I'll tell you what, that guy just never makes a wrong move with me. Everything that he does makes me think, well, a guy shows up in the middle of an election into a swing state to try to push the idea that, hey, supplying us with weapons to kill people with, that's a great jobs program for you. And, of course, there are enough idiots who will buy that. That's an evil point of view, by the way, from your leaders or anybody else's leader. When somebody comes to you and says, if you're worried about the wars, let me show you all the manufacturing jobs you're getting out of it. It may be true that you are. Bringing that up and having that as a sort of a mission or a goal is evil. And I mean thoroughly. I'm talking 100%. You cannot try to sell that to people, that war is a good jobs program, without yourself at some level in your soul being evil. Always notice it. So thanks, Zelensky. You're over there in the cubicle with...
I was driving through Atlanta. I heard a wacky radio show, and I think I'm going to stop this whole war thing.
Yes, I think, yes, exactly. So I'm just...
so you don't feel like...
I'm sick of that whole thing. I'm sick of him. I'm sick of our leaders. But for the most part, I just kind of ignore it on the show. Not as much as I should, because it does get to me, because, there's the whole nuclear war part aspect. It's difficult to...
That's just a little thing, though.
Yeah, it's a little
minor thing.
You can overlook it.
Just tactical.
That's it. It's just tactical. We'll probably win it, right? Right? We'll probably win the nuclear
war,
guys,
right? Though, Pennsylvania Representative Matt Cartwright is actually happy that Pennsylvanians are helping Ukraine.
To know that our workers here in northeastern Pennsylvania are keeping liberty alive in Ukraine, we're all busting our buttons right now.
That's great. Keeping liberty alive. How long has this guy been president with no elections? We've had wars, right? We tend to have elections during those wars.
Typically do.
Russia had a fake election during the war. They always have fake elections, but they didn't see any reason to stop their fake elections during the war. But, we just got to kill a whole lot more. The Ukrainians got 1 million people have been killed in this this little back and forth. And when it's over, Russia's going to have pretty much what they wanted from the very beginning. Maybe a couple compromises. Who knows?
But the jobs, Eric. We got jobs.
We got the jobs.
Yeah, I thought
that guy's evil to believe that that's a great. And we're supporting death and murder, mayhem. People, with their heads being shot, and you understand what war looks like. War is not like this. And we're saving freedom. No, it's people with their tongues hanging out of their mouths, laying in a ditch. That's what war is.
Well, and then meanwhile,
that's what you're supporting.
Well, all this is going on too. What I found really sickening was Governor Josh Shapiro from Pennsylvania was signing the munitions, like putting a signature on them.
When they do that,
go
get them.
It's gross.
No, and you know what? Governor glasses wearing Josh. Well, I tell you what. I bet you hate being this guy. I bet you'd like to be on top of that battlefield, and that's really who. No, it's not. You're a coward who talks big talk. Look it up, George. See if I'll find out now he was a combat veteran or something. But my guess is not. It's just sickening. But, now you guys have got me talking about something I didn't want to talk about.
Well,
I know it's a downer for the audience because they don't want to, they've been taught that patriotism equals just blindly following your politicians into any war. And that's not true. It's 100% not true. That's not patriotism at all.
Well, on a lighter note, all this started from the open mics, and the open micer that was very upset with us turning into a sports show. The great thing about leaving your open mics is oftentimes when your message is intended to try to punish you, the host of the show. I like to have fun with them, so I actually made a new sounder for sports because we talk about sports a lot during football season.
Let's do it.
So here you go.
Sports on the Von Haessler Doctrine.
This is not a sports show.
Angry.
On 95.5 The Sack.
Slowed that last voice down a little bit too much. Sounds like he's some NyQuil. 95.5 Sack.
Took an Ambien, now I'm watching football.
I will say this. I caught a little bit of Tom Brady. Now he was in his third week.
Boy, that game was a snoozer.
Well, that's when he needs to shine, right? That's when you need the people in the booth to shine. And he's a little bit better, but, he's never going to be great at this. The idea that he's getting $375 million or whatever to get, to start at the top of the mountain is he doesn't, Tom Brady, here's the thing. The reason Tom Brady is the greatest of all time is because he doesn't think about anything else except winning the next game or keeping his body in shape. He's not a holistic thinker. A lot of times to be really, really, really the best at anything you do, you have to be somewhat limited intellectually. Tom Brady never got bothered by a beautiful sunset that kept him from keeping his regimen. I got to go. Now, it's March 15th. We got opening day in September. I can't sit here and look at this beautiful sunset because I got to hit the gym. So he's not having the thoughts that other people have as they sit there on the beach and watch a beautiful sunset. He doesn't have anything to offer. He sounds like an 8th grader giving a book report. Standing in front of the class. It's like all the facts.
Get that.
And you might even say, yeah, he gave a good book report because he was a little more relaxed than Sally was. She was a little too uptight. And so
Sally's always
all
uptight.
he's ever going to be able to do is do what he's doing now, but maybe in a little more relaxed way. But he's not adding anything. I love the fact that people get down on Collinsworth. He's got a personality. He does sound like somebody that you might be he's right at the bar with you watching, whether you're watching the same game or another game.
And he was the announcer on the Falcons game last night.
That's right.
Yes, yeah. And he just sounds like a guy talking
the two
football.
of them were great.
Yeah. They're talking football. Brady is going to come in every week with all the stats and all the things, and I do this, don't do that. But if you're it's the same thing as when you're a quarterback. If you're thinking, you're not going to play all that well. You got to have all that thinking stuff in your back pocket before you walk out there, and it becomes just automatic because you're just responding to the things that you're seeing. You've already done the thinking during the week, and it's the same thing in the booth. if Brady is thinking about what he should do, what he shouldn't do, what he's there for, then he's just going to, at best, you're going to get kind of what you've got now. I don't expect it's going to get much better.
No, he's kind of just it's
you
flat.
want him just to walk.
It's just flat.
It's flat because, he's just not in. He's not built for that role. But he's the best that's ever played the game. So Fox is like, yeah, but I don't. The guy who's having a great calling. From what I've been hearing, is it Greg Olson?
Greg Olson's great.
He's fantastic.
He was the one that was in there.
Just like Collinsworth, it's like, oh, this guy knows more about football than me, but it's like he came over, like maybe he knows somebody who knows a family member, and he's over at your house on that Sunday, and he's just like kind of talking about stuff the way everybody else is talking about stuff, except he knows more. But you have to bring like what Madden brought, which is we're not technicians. The guy who's calling the game next to you, he's the technician. Your job is, it should seem like there are chips and dip and beer and things like the way the rest of us are watching the game.
It's supposed to feel welcoming.
Conversational.
That's conversational. So people don't like Collinsworth, but he sounds, I guarantee you, if you were with him on a Saturday watching a college football game and he was commenting on it, he would sound exactly the same way he sounds in the booth. Tom Brady has no appealing personality. He never has. You look at how hard it is to hate Patrick Mahomes when he's tearing all of our favorite teams to pieces. It was never difficult to hate Tom Brady because he never had the personality. With Mahomes, you can just clearly see that he's a good guy, and he'll never be in the booth because of his voice. So we don't have to worry about that, I don't think.
So is he not able to offer like some insights about being the quarterback and I would have done this or this is the mistake he made?
He does, but it just all seems, like I say, like 8th grade report.
Not any more insightful than any other commentator.
Right? Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's gonna be tough for them for the rest of the game because of this. Oh yeah, well Tom, we don't need you to tell us what we know. We need you to embellish upon the things that we know and widen the picture a little bit.
Right before halftime, he did do a good job of explaining the type of route that CeeDee Lamb was running.
Right.
And for me, like as somebody that plays football games all the time, Madden and the NCAA game, I'm trying to understand and learn the game more and more, just not only from a fan's perspective, that somebody that loves college football.
Yeah,
NFL,
but if you want to do that, what you got to
it.
do is you got to just watch the all 22 breakdown. That's what you want to do.
That's a great way to do it. But even
because on TV they don't really show you what the defense is doing unless they do something that changes the play. As soon as basically before the ball is snapped, you will have a shot that kind of shows everybody. But as soon as the ball is snapped, the camera follows the ball. So it's like you're going to be going to the quarterback or the running back or something, and you quite often have no idea what's actually happened on the back end or what the quarterback was seeing or anything like that.
And that was my point.
And this is not a sports show, by the way.
That's right. Despite
this is a media commentary show. Is what this is.
Despite
sports on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
All right, I don't want to. I like
that. Sports show.
All right, make your point, and then we'll.
Yeah,
move
well,
on.
I was going to say, despite that, as somebody that is probably too into football right now, I thought that commentary that Brady was bringing up was a little too deep for probably the common audience, because then I'm sitting there with my wife trying to explain what he's talking about,
Right.
the type of route that he's running.
Yeah, but if your wife doesn't really know football, I mean, it's going to be
she's
anything.
knowledge. She's like probably with the average person when
Right.
it comes to knowing football. So
And he's supposed to make it fun for the average person.
exactly, instead of
So-
being so mechanical and
Well, he's a completely mechanical. Remember that one time we saw him drunk after the Tampa Bay victory?
Mhm.
It's like he looked like he was 10 years, like not 10. He looked like he was 16. Like the first time he ever drank. He doesn't have, in order to be that good at what he did, he just took all. You look at somebody else. You guys were too young, but someone like Phil Collins. It's impossible for you guys to understand how successful and famous Phil Collins was in the 80s. I mean, he just had number one hit after number one hit after number one hit. And if they weren't number one, they went to number 3 or 5 and then 1. And just top 10 hit after top 10 hit.
that's Lily Collins' dad.
Yes, it is. That's that's how you should know her. But so now he's old and he's broken, and we all saw what he looked like, when on the last Genesis tour. But here's the thing. It turns out that Phil Collins, because he does have a wider mind, he hates like the 1980s and early 1990s, he hated because he had a solo career. So he had his career at Genesis, and they were both putting out albums and doing live shows. And so basically through the 80s and early 90s, when he wasn't performing or doing something on television, Phil Collins couldn't talk to anybody because he forever lived in danger of losing his voice. I'm going to do a 4-month tour of my own, then we're going to do a record, and then the Genesis is going to go out and do another. So my point, the Tom Brady analogy being, in order to be at the top of the game for that long, you actually have to just live your entire life for one thing. Now, Tom Brady, I don't think is the reflective personality that Phil Collins is, so Tom Brady will never feel bad about that. I guarantee you, it's like, I lost my wife and family, but I got the 7 rings. I mean, that's like that. His goal was to have 7 rings. I think Collins, looking back, is like, everybody hates my music from them now. I could have enjoyed. I could have relaxed.
Had a much
I could
better
have just
life.
been in Genesis, and everything would have been fine. You know, but Tom Brady will never get to that reflective part because he knows that it was great for him to. What do you think he was doing in those 20 years when he was going to all those Super Bowls and winning all of and getting all the accolade, everything that came along with it? You think that at the same time he was learning a second language or delving into
he was working on his craft even more.
Working on his craft. And you know what wasn't in his craft? Being in the booth, talking about his craft. Those are 2 different things. Although I will, and we'll get away from sports. But I will ask this question. I've noticed when the games are over and you get a lot of the commentary from the YouTube channels that I follow and stuff, I'm beginning to wonder for the first time now, because sometimes certain commentators are so down on a team, even though, okay, they lost, but they still looked pretty good. Like, you could look at them in a lot of different ways. I'm beginning to wonder how much post-game commentary is based on the gambling losses of the person that are commenting.
That's a great
for the
point.
For the longest time,
yes.
there was no gambling, and so I guess somebody, people had bookies. There were gamblers at heart. They would find bookies, but it was the casual fan couldn't really gamble. So that's what I want, because it seems like sometimes these guys get so angry about a game that could have gone either way, and I'm thinking, this guy lost some money. This guy lost some money on this game.
If you're watching like any of the Barstool analysts, Dave Portnoy's group and everything, oh my God. I mean, those people, when they lose, you can tell it's a lot more than just winning and losing a game.
They need to fire that coach. Really? I thought that they only lost by 3 points.
Just like your car, your septic system needs regular maintenance. Hi, I'm Shannon, the owner of Scorpion Septic. If you're seeing bubbles in your toilet, pooling in your yard, slow draining, or your toilet won't flush, you need Scorpion Septic.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump-out charge with your repair. Call for more information. ScorpionSepticServices.com.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Metallica in the round. The M72 World Tour continues. Live from the 50-yard line of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. One night only. June 3rd. Metallica. Special guests, those cowboys from hell, Pantera. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? And Suicidal Tendencies. Get access to tickets first with your City Card. Pre-sale for City Card members begins Tuesday, September 24th at 10 a.m. through Thursday, September 26th at 10 p.m. Before the general public on sale Friday, September 27th at 10 a.m. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com. The M72 World Tour continues. Presented by In Kind.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
When it comes to beautiful, Superior Pro has over 26 years of experience transforming homes with new siding, providing you a 15-year labor warranty that gives peace of mind knowing you hired the best. Don't settle for a warranty that doesn't last. Superior Pro provides the best with the most experienced team. To get your free design consultation, visit SuperiorPro.com.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
When it rains, it pours right into your crawl space, and that creates that musty smell and dangerous mold growth under your house. Meteorologist Christina Edwards here for American Crawl Space Solutions. Make the smell and the water go away and stop the water from coming back. Call American Crawl Space Solutions. They're experts at keeping your crawl space dry and preventing the mold from growing in your home. Give them a call today.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
Attention parents, Children's Healthcare of Atlanta is closing the Eggleston Emergency Department at 7 a.m. Sunday, September 29th. Instead, you'll go to Arthur M. Blank Hospital on North Druid Hills Road at I-85 for emergency services. Remember, the Eggleston Emergency Department closes at 7 a.m. September 29th, and Arthur M. Blank Hospital will open its doors at the same time. Stay informed at choa.org.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Kayachio with our top local story. As tensions rise in the Middle East, the U.S. is sending a small number of additional troops to the region. It comes as Israeli airstrikes hit hundreds of Hezbollah targets in Lebanon, killing at least 270 people and wounding more than 1,000 others. Reporter Linda Gradstein says Hezbollah has fired dozens of rockets toward northern Israel.
Schools from Haifa north have been closed yesterday and today. Hospitals have moved underground. The biggest hospital is Rambam in Haifa. It has an entire underground system, so they move the patients and put everything underground. And work is only being held if people can be close to bomb shelters.
6 UGA students suspended for protesting the war in Gaza on campus earlier this year are now demanding the disciplinary action taken against them be dropped.
We are here today at the state capitol, the seat of government for the state of Georgia, to remind UGA of its obligations as a state entity to protect free speech under the First Amendment.
Attorney Samantha Hamilton says the students should be allowed to go back to school and they want a public apology from the university. In a statement, UGA says they support freedom of expression on campus, but it must comply with the law and university policy. A manhunt in Birmingham for a suspect or suspects in a mass shooting over the weekend that left 4 dead and more than a dozen injured. Mayor Randall Woodfin says there is a reward.
From 2 of our partners, you can receive up to $100,000 if you have credible information that leads to one, an arrest, and the other, an actual conviction.
Police described the shooting as a targeted hit by multiple shooters who opened fire outside a popular Alabama night spot. No bond for the suspect accused in the apparent assassination attempt on former President Trump at a golf course in Florida. Ryan Routh appears in federal court in West Palm Beach today. The Justice Department is revealing new evidence, including a letter written by the suspect. It was addressed to the world and says, "This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I failed you." It is now 3:32, and this news is sponsored by George Stein Steel Horse Law. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. Now, Smiling Mark McKay.
Hey, good afternoon, Bill. Crowding up on the connector, 17th Street, southbound 75-85, down to I-20. Northbound's okay through the city. I-85 southbound through Norcross is recovering from a rollover crash cleanup. All lanes open, 85 south, approaching Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99. And it's a slow approach rolling east on I-20 into Carroll County due to a crash at times, all lanes shut down. I-20 eastbound before exit 19, Highway 113. Use Highway 78. Smile Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy today, high 95. That's trending about 10 degrees above average. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 93. Cloudy skies on Wednesday as a cold front approaches from the west. A few hit or miss rain showers possible, high 85.
It's 95 in Duluth, 90 in Kennesaw, 93 in Fayetteville. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Having trouble finding your stuff? Really? It was right here yesterday. Dave Baker here for Spacemakers Custom Closets. I'm a slob. That all changed, though, when the designers at Spacemakers Custom Closets came out to my house for a free in-home consultation. It took less than an hour for us to come up with a plan that helped me organize my garage. Inside tip, they do more than garages. They also do closets and pantries and more. Schedule your free in-home consultation now at spacemakersclosets.com. Spacemakers Custom Closets, an artisan family brand.
It's good to be flexible. That's why Mama Bear and I have been getting into yoga. And it's also why we chose Scana Energy as our natural gas provider. They have plenty of options that flex to our family's unique needs. Now, if only they could help this old bear touch his toes. Sign up with Scana today and save up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com/warm for details. Limited time offer, terms and conditions apply.
When it comes to defending down bikers' rights, trust is everything and results matter. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler for Steel Horse Law, local motorcycle injury attorneys who ride. They specialize in protecting bikers who've been hurt. The mega firms will send an investigator or a paralegal, not a lawyer. With Steel Horse Law, you'll meet directly with your own attorney to get you back on your feet, medical bills paid, back to work, and your case resolved. Schedule your free accident evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, could be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Jared is excited because he's, even though he's 35, the man baby that he is.
Man-child.
He sees himself, I don't know, I guess going to these EDM festivals. I don't know, at least 50. I don't know.
Not
like
just
as a part,
EDM. I go to
whatever,
any kind
music
of
festivals.
music festivals. I do enjoy EDM festivals, but I like them all.
And you see that at 35, you're like, I don't see anything on the horizon that stops that. Like, that's
Hell yeah, Festy season starts up next year. I'm ready. Yeah. Right now it's football season.
Wait till baby season starts up. And you're going to have very little time.
I realize that this is a battle that I'm slowly losing.
Yes. Well, I mean, do you want to be 40 when you have your first child? I mean,
people are living longer.
You could choose not to have a child. That's one thing. But I've always
we're going to have kids.
Sort of assumed that you and Tina are going to have children.
We're going to have kids. She really wants them.
Right. What do you want to be doing at my age? You want to be still have teenagers in the house, or
I'm
you
fine
want to?
with that.
You want to be on the other side of it.
Keeps me young.
I guess so. Possibly. But he's all excited because he found out through, I don't know, the EDM Network News or something.
Actually, some friends texted me about it that are planning to go to Bonnaroo next year, and this is wild.
The idea is that girls are... Is this a product that was never available before?
I've never seen it before, but I'm sure that
these are LED light-up, basically...
It's like a bra,
like a light-up bra. And that's all that they'll be wearing, and they'll be lighting them up. And it won't be long before the bands are working out some of the light show through that, because they do that through bracelets now.
They can do that.
So they'll figure out a way where you can actually, their light-up bras can become part of the actual light show. But you're so excited about this, and I just feel like, why? So you can have somebody arrogantly look at you and say, these aren't for you. You know,
I was going to look at my
your
wife's.
boobs are lighting up. How is that? It's a, you know, do you understand the human eye is attracted to motion or change or whatever, and your breasts are lit up and glittery, and they're circulating through, you know, the 2 billion color palettes that are possible with LED lights. You understand?
Eyes up here.
Yeah, you are. Okay, you know what?
It's like strobing out.
Yeah, eyes up here. Don't put a light show here, Because, ladies, this is science. The human eye is attracted toward movement or change or anything that's moving, and I guarantee you these things will be moving around.
Well, yeah, within the link it said
These aren't for you. You know, I've noticed with these young ladies who are in their 20s and 30s, it's all, oh, I'm not doing this for sexual. Well, yeah, you're not putting it around your arm. You're not putting it around your arm. You're putting it around a known erogenous zone.
I like that, erogenous
Right?
zone.
It's an
That's right.
erogenous zone is what it is.
And what's great about it too is like I'm like looking at the link now. It promotes how not only can you go to like strobe settings in different colors, but you can also make one flash more than the other.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the bigger one?
Yeah, I guess.
The droopier one.
Yeah. So you can make it.
There's no such thing as absolute symmetrical perfection there.
So get ready because this is going to start.
I don't have to get ready because I'm not a creepy old man who goes to.
But I mean,
if I did, I'd show up as Grandpa Ecstasy. Hey, hey, young ladies, Grandpa Ecstasy's here.
LED banana hammock.
What's going to end up happening here
Walk
is
around and just say, "Hey, this isn't for you."
It's going to.
I mean, unless you. I mean, it could be.
But
I would
if
enjoy
you want
it.
to.
If you were, I'd be fine.
If you're going to the electronic shows, which is where all this stuff starts, so it's going to start there. But even now, like some of the trends that I've saw at electronic festivals, 5-10 years ago, they're now spilling into rock festivals. They're spilling into rock concerts, everything. So the light up boobs are coming to rock concerts near. They're coming to jazz.
They'll be at the office soon enough.
They'll be at the office before you know it, George. Yes.
The fish. What do they say? The fish dies from the head down or something like that? The head first? Yeah, absolutely. The rot will make its way through every
light up boobs are coming.
entertainment venue. But I just think it's hilarious. I just like the generations. Oh, we don't think about stuff like that. Yeah, it's interesting. You didn't put it around your finger. You put it around the area that's known clinically by the psychologists and psychiatrists as an erogenous zone. And it's blinking on and off. And I'm not supposed to look. Is there a way that I can look where I'm appreciating your creativity? Is that what it is? I have to look at this in such a way that, oh, you're an artist and this is your artwork, and somehow you'll know that from the way that I'm looking and know that I'm looking at your breast for the right reasons and not the wrong reasons?
Yeah, you'll have to bring around grant paperwork just in case you do get
Yeah.
spotted.
Hey, I was just actually I'm from the American
Artist
Institution. And I just looked, I was thinking about writing up a grant for you. Yes, as a matter of fact. Although I may need to, may have to have a couple of meetings to talk about what your vision is.
There is a hat that didn't really take off for men that came out a couple years ago where it had
the boner hat.
No, we wonder why it didn't take off.
My
this
goodness.
this hat though has like an
Don't
LED,
just leave it around.
It's activated.
It has like an LED screen on the front of it, and you could put any message you want on there. So I wonder if, because of the light up LED boobs that are coming around, I wonder if the LED hat will finally have its moment.
Well, yeah, because I'm gonna be wearing my hat, and it's gonna say, "I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
See, yes.
I'm not looking at your light up boobs. I'm just appreciating you as an artist."
You can change the message in the middle of the show too. It's great. It's an app on your phone.
Yeah,
I'm
available.
Yeah, stop enjoying the show. You can change it. Next song.
Next.
Yeah.
Just use it. Just stand in the front row and just piss off the lead singer or whatever. In your case, the lead button pusher, whatever happens.
Producer.
EDM. I believe that my belief is the whole set is on cassette tape or something, and they just they stand up there and they pretend.
They do not.
What would that be called? It's like the opposite. It's like body sync. And it's like if
right.
you're not lip syncing if you're an EDM artist. You're just
playing a mix.
You're just you're pretending.
Button syncing.
Yes. And you're moving your body and doing that stupid thing with the headphone and cradled in one ear while you do this other thing.
Do you know why they do that?
Well, because they want to have one ear open, and they have to.
They're queuing up the next song.
I know, on the steel wheels, they got to get it, going the right way.
That's right.
Absolutely, I get that. It's just, I think it's become like a thing where, like when I was a kid, if you wanted to be a rock star, you looked at people like Robert Plant or Mick Jagger, and you thought, I'm going to act like that. If I get up there, I'm going to do that. I'm going to have my shirt open all the way down to my belly button, and I'm going to stuff things into my pants, and whatever it takes to be a true rock star. And I see the same thing as with I think the young people when they like the EDM, they say, "Oh, I'm going to do that thing with my headphone,
or I'm going to put something over my head." Like,
well, listen, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Anybody who figures out a way to be famous and not recognizable has got my absolute appreciation. What a great way to live. I always thought the best way to live, because I always wanted to be in like entertaining people.
You could have done a radio name.
Yeah, well, it's too late for that. I made a mistake. I always thought the greatest way to live is to be a well-known author, not to the level of Stephen King, right, where people know what you look like, but how many other authors? I mean, even just big authors. I mean, you know what the Harry Potter lady looks like, and it's just very few. But there's a lot of best-selling authors that there's a little picture on the back of the book or on the little sleeve or whatever. Nobody ever looks at it.
I have no idea what Danielle Steele looks like.
Yes, exactly. So you can. It's the greatest. Like, you can live anywhere you want. You can live up in the mountains. You can whatever. You just have to submit your stuff and get it in the mail. Get it to the right people, and they do it. It sells a gazillion, and then you go for dinner. Nobody notices you. Nobody has any idea. That, to me, is the greatest life you can have. You are entertaining people. Your name means something as far as sales and customer satisfaction goes, and you go out to eat and nobody has any idea who the hell you are. That is the perfect life.
You literally get everything all at once.
That's the perfect life. It might be nice just to walk down the street and have everybody, throw their panties at you as well.
That doesn't happen when you walk down the streets of Roswell?
Sadly.
Street.
Sadly, Jared, the answer is no. I've had a couple of very excitable ladies throw their teeth at me, but that's when I start thinking my demographic is a little.
Just wait till the light of boobs hit
No
that
wonder
generation.
we're not selling Coca-Cola. No wonder we have so many ED commercials. These excited female fans of the Von Hessler doctrine are throwing their false teeth at me. So that's exciting. That's exciting. At the point that they can throw their false teeth, you'd rather that than the panties, I think. So I try to look at
glass half full.
I try to look at the glass half full. And, with my life, glass half full is that, I'm not a bum living on the streets, which is basically what I think most people predicted that knew a 17, 18-year-old Eric Von Hessler.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB Radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Thank you, Jesus. The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBRadio.com or on the WSB Radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
Scott Slade here. When we talk about our health, I think it's pretty important to talk about what's most likely to kill you. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and the older we get, the more prevalent it is. But you can reduce your risk. Eat right, don't smoke, exercise, and be informed about what's going on in your own body. Like lots of potentially serious health problems, if you catch heart disease early, you vastly increase your chances of living a longer life. That's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging scans take less than 10 minutes and screen with 98% accuracy for heart disease. Other scans, including brain and full body, are available too. Virtual imaging is locally owned and operated in Atlanta for over 15 years, so they can make you this terrific offer. A complimentary heart scan for you and your spouse with a few minimum requirements. So don't put it off. Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan. 678-369-0202. That's 678-369-0202. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
We buy any car. Why sell your car at WeBuyAnyCar.com? Because selling it yourself can be, well,
Okay, I'll give you half now.
And?
No, and just half.
What? Avoid the hassle. Come to We Buy Any Car instead. Get in, get out, and get paid at a fair price.
Yeah, I can't do half. I could probably bump it up to like 50%.
Just go.
Okay.
Get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
If your basement has any issues like condensation, wet floors and walls, or musty smells, that can be a sign that your home might be due for waterproofing. AquaGuard Foundation Solutions can help. Just visit aquaguard.net and set up a free inspection. Remember,
AquaGuard.
Retirement doesn't have to be complicated. Are you sick of all the fancy charts and investment mumbo-jumbo thrown at you to justify the Wall Street fees you're being charged? It's not the size of your nest egg that matters, but rather the income it can produce. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who have retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money into this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better, stress-free retirement, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Retirement Deception. 888-471-3896. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. So don't delay. Call 888-471-3896. Again, that's 888-471-3896.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
All right, enough of the sports and the entertainment and all that fun nonsense. Let's do this.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
know that.
If
And I thought
somebody
that was
breaks in
normal.
my house, they're getting shot.
Yes, yes. I hear that. I hear that. Harry, get your fat ass out of the couch.
Probably should not have said that.
But
my staff will deal with that later.
Let's go, Harry.
That was our local radio station.
You may never see me again, but that's okay. Gotta do what I gotta do. Whatever happened to Trump? Well, he never got out of Springfield.
Who's next?
Trail mix.
Right at the very end there, you hit something that is it still part of this campaign? Is this president still part of this campaign?
Still in it.
Who's next?
I mean, I only read about this. I imagine it's worse if you watch it. So Biden, we're going to start with Biden, even though he's not running for anything.
He still is the president, so that's fine.
That's what I hear. Reports are that he is still the president.
Okay.
So he shows up with Prime Minister of India.
That's correct.
And so he obviously got in front of the podium and thought he was at a different event than the one he was at, right? He started kind of like thinking that he was going to take questions or something. And then he's like, who am I introducing next? And then he starts out with the whole, they don't want me to talk to the kids in the crowd, but, I love kids.
Yes, this is wild. Okay,
this is all in one.
So he forgets to introduce. I'll play the audio here.
He's standing next to him, right?
He's behind him. He's kind
okay, but still, they're showing up. Is it the prime minister or the president?
It's the prime minister of India.
So they wouldn't just happen to be behind you. This isn't a rally,
right?
The reason we've gathered together and walked into this room is because this person is here, right?
Right, correct. It's an outdoor rally, yes.
Okay. Well, it's not a rally.
Outdoor event, excuse me.
But I mean, it's like, hey, welcome to the White House, leader of India. We love India. That's that kind of thing. I'm sure the ambassador to India and from India were there. So he just blanks on what's going on.
And I kept this in real time. Listen to this.
So I want to thank you all for being here. And now, who am I introducing next? Who's next?
Distinguished guests, the Prime Minister of the Republic of India.
They had to bail him out because he didn't toss off. That's whoever the
just the White House liaison,
the MC of the event. Yeah.
Sounded like AOC at first.
A little bit, yeah.
So then he goes on. Does he finally get it? Does he finally get to it? Or
So he steps aside. The Indian prime minister comes up there and speaks.
Right.
Then they have a photo op moment at the end of it, and this is where this moment happens.
You know, I thought when I got to be president, I'd get to do things that I wanted to do, but my staff tells me what I can't do. But I'm going to do it anyway. All the young women, young kids out there that are out there, come on up and do this one. Stand behind me when you do this. Come on.
He just can't stop himself.
Maybe don't ignore the staff.
Yeah, it's possible they're giving you good advice. It's weird for an 80-year-old or whatever age he is to constantly be asking for the young ladies.
For the
to step
10th
forward.
time this year.
Yes, yeah, it's odd.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I can't.
But now he doesn't give a damn. Why should he? Didn't he have Dr. Jill run a cabinet meeting over the weekend or on Friday?
What?
Yeah, she sat in his place.
Wow.
It's like, what the hell?
He's just
pretty
throwing it in.
blatant.
She's losing all the power she ever had. So, before you go.
This is not the first time that Biden has done things like this, because obviously we have this cut.
All the kids under the age of 15, come on up here.
Yeah. Can you believe his staff asked him to stop doing that after? Can you believe that?
You know, I thought when I got to be president, I'd get to do things that I wanted to do, but my staff tells me what I can't do. But I'm going to do it anyway. All the young women, young kids
I'm
out
gonna do
there.
it anyway.
I'm
gonna be a bad boy.
Stand behind me when you do this.
Yeah,
Come
I'm
on.
going to be a bad boy. I'm going to be a naughty boy. They don't want me to do it, but I'm going to be naughty.
Well, my staff has told me not to take my pants off and
But you know
dance
what?
around like a chicken. But
I'm president, damn it.
if I want to, I'm going to.
I thought this is supposed to be a fun job where you
Who's
finally
next?
get to do what you want.
Who's next?
Who's next? Why was he asking that?
Because
I think that some idea was that for a moment he thought he was at a press conference. You know how like you call for people.
Yeah, in the video I watched it. It
Yeah.
looks like he's looking for another question, but again, the
No,
Indian
I
prime
know, I
minister's
get what's
behind
going
him.
on. I'm just saying that there's the only reason that they walked out there and did that was because of the Indian prime minister.
Correct.
That he was not another thing that was going to happen. So he gets out there at his advanced age, and he thinks he's at a different event in different moments. That's the only way I can look. Who's next is like, well, nobody's next because nobody's asking any questions.
Yeah, and you think he would get a clue, like if
Yeah.
it was a little lapse of judgment or a lapse of memory, and he'd be like, "Oh yeah, we're doing the president," but it seems like he's not.
He's just having he has good days and bad days.
So I want to thank you all for being here. And now, who am I introducing next? Who's next?
Had he introduced a bunch of people before this?
Not that I saw. I'll double check when we go into,
All right.
into the newscast.
Because that could explain it. Like,
Distinguished guests, the Prime Minister of the Republic
and what's
of
Biden
India.
do? Does she like step in, or does this come over
This
the
just
speakers?
comes over the speakers.
Oh yeah, okay.
So
it's
she's like the MC of
she's
the
like
event.
the Ed Harris character of what's that Jim Carrey movie where his whole movie was a
Truman Show.
Truman Show. Yeah, it was like the Ed Harris character, the God character came in. Distinguished guests. Crazy old man, step aside and let our distinguished guest. You remember him? The Prime Minister of India? You idiot.
Who's next?
Tara Fine Jewelry Company, just 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia in Beaufort. Coveted brands like De Beers Code of Origin Diamonds, Mikimoto, Roberto Coin, fine Swiss watches, and so much more. Visit Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort today.
Does he love me? What's he thinking? Is he cheating on me?
If love has you guessing, Spirit Now's trusted psychics have the answers. For over 15 years, we've helped thousands find their true path in love. Whether it's your current partner, an ex, or finding your soulmate, our gifted advisors offer clarity and guidance. We'll ease your worries and show you the way forward. With Spirit Now, you can find the comfort and joy you deserve. Wondering if true love is out there? Feeling lost? Our compassionate psychics are ready to listen and guide you. Discover what love has in store. Take advantage of our special offer today. Your first reading is just $1 a minute. Visit spiritnow.com or call 888-760-6999. That's 888-760-6999.
The guidance I got really changed everything for me.
Your first reading is just $1 a minute. Visit spiritnow.com or call 888-760-6999. Your true path in love starts with Spirit Now. Call 888-760-6999.
Mother Nature is a mad scientist, and she can leave your home without power for hours, even days at a time. Keep your power flowing with the Generac Home Standby Generator, and know you'll always have power when you need it most. Dave Baker here. Been thinking about a whole house generator? Nice. Brightbox Electrical, a Coolray company, is your go-to company featuring Generac Home Standby Generators. For more information, check them out at brightboxelectrical.com. Coolray Carrier. Turn to the experts.
My friends at D. Geller & Son Jewelers are celebrating 85 years in Atlanta. It's Katie Kiley, and they've been our hometown family-owned jeweler since 1939. It's truly amazing and different that D. Geller & Son is still 100% family-owned and operated, and they love their community. That's why they've got trained jewelers you can trust in every store for professional, reliable service on site. And they're committed to finding or designing the perfect piece of jewelry for your most special moments. They've done this several times for me, updating family heirloom pieces that I'll be honored and proud to pass down one day to my family members. They'll do this for you too. No matter your budget, you can be confident D. Geller & Son Jewelry is the best quality and value you can find. And D. Geller's got Atlanta's best lifetime care plan for free, covering everything from ring sizing to diamond upgrades. Come celebrate 85 years with D. Geller & Son Jewelers in Atlanta, Kennesaw, or Sandy Springs, and read their story online at dgeller.com. If you don't know them yet, you'll want to soon.
That musty smell in your house may be a sign of water in your crawl space. Christina Epworth here. Call American Crawl Space Solutions to make the smell and the water go away.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Hey, it's Scott Slade for FGA Roofing. If your home's exterior could use an updated look, or maybe one of your neighbor's designer roofs has caught your eye, and your current roof has started to show its age, then now's the perfect time to check out FGA Roofing for the latest in architectural shingles, timberland shingles, and more. Slate, tile, wood shake, cedar roofs, FGA has them all. FGA Roofing offers 0% financing for 12 months with your good credit. Get the roof you want now and pay over time. FGAroofing.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Georgia Spa Company. Our top local story, UGA students arrested for protesting the war in Gaza on campus earlier this year are now demanding the disciplinary action taken against them be dropped.
The 6 students want a public apology from the university and the right to return to campus. Oscar Mahmoud, executive director of the Georgia chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, says,
as a result of trumped-up accusations of violence and this McCarthyistic witch hunt, students' lives have been left in limbo, resulting in great personal and economic harm.
In a statement, the university says they support freedom of expression on campus, but that it must comply with the law and university policy. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
92 degrees in Atlanta. When does the heat wave ease up? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. With tensions rising in the region, the U.S. is sending additional forces to the Middle East. The Pentagon says the move to send a small number of troops is, quote, out of an abundance of caution. Israeli strikes today kill more than 270 Lebanese in the deadliest barrage since the 2006 Israel-Hezbollah war. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu makes a plea to the people of Lebanon.
Take this warning seriously. Don't let Hezbollah endanger your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Don't let Hezbollah endanger Lebanon. Please. Get out of harm's way now.
The Israeli military is warning residents in southern and eastern Lebanon to evacuate their homes as Israel widens its air campaign against Hezbollah. Appalachia High School begins the gradual reopening process nearly 3 weeks after the shooting that left 4 people dead.
Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith says today's open houses mark the first face-to-face for many teachers and students and the return of some officers since the deadly shooting.
But what evil did not plan for was the resiliency and the strength that they have.
The hallway where the shooting occurred will remain closed for the rest of the school year with those classes moved off campus. Appalachia students next return for half days, then after fall break they'll return full time. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
The Georgia Board of Education tracks how many times each school district in the state disciplines students for bringing weapons to school. The state's largest district, Gwinnett County, had the highest number. There were 191 cases involving knives, and students were caught with guns in school 5 times. Cobb County documents violence, 145 incidents involving knives, and 9 with guns in the last school year. A local car club is raising thousands to help victims of the Appalachia High School shooting.
Derek Stidham with Pharaoh's Car Club of Georgia says they were expecting maybe 100, 200 people to support the school shooting victims. Instead, they had more than 750 cars taking part.
We had places from people from Michigan and Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Florida. The farthest donation that we got was from Japan.
He says in the end they raised some $40,000, and he says there were even smaller car shows that made even more money. He says this shows there is a lot of good in the world. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
The FBI today releases new crime numbers. CBS's Matt Piper reports they show a decline in violent crimes.
Crime overall fell in the U.S. in 2023 compared to the year prior. That from FBI statistics showing it declined 3%. With murders and non-negligent manslaughter dropping about 12%. Rape, according to the report, also saw quite a drop at about 9.4%. The FBI's annual report is based on data submitted by law enforcement agencies around the country.
In Atlanta, the violent crime numbers are down even more than the national numbers. Atlanta police report homicides dropped 21%, rapes fell more than 50%, and aggravated assaults fell 16%. A potential hurricane could hit the U.S. Gulf Coast this week. Meteorologist Christina Edwards says it is not yet a named storm.
Once it forms, it would get the name Helene, and it's a forecast to make its way into the Florida panhandle by Thursday, moving into the state of Georgia through Friday morning.
We will be monitoring. This could have a significant impact on our weather late this week. Stay with 95.5 WSB, your severe weather station, for updates throughout the week. It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's live team coverage of traffic and weather. And triple team traffic starts now with Smilin' Mark McKay.
All right, getting a little crowded, Bill, on 285, especially making that route out of Doraville toward Tucker. The crowd begins around Buford Highway, breaking free Chamblee Tucker Road, then on the brakes again, approaching Highway 78. Westbound lanes of 285 crowded as you leave Georgia 400, trying to get to Roswell Road and down that west side perimeter. Also a crowd to be found in Midtown Atlanta, especially in the southbound side of the connector, leaving 17th Street. That's kicking slow traffic back into northeast Atlanta on I-85 South, leaving Georgia 400. Get a check of I-20 in the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center. Andrew Seco.
Well, right now, seeing the worst of it heading outbound towards Stonecrest. A little bit of a delay spot here, I-20 eastbound. Brake lights catch you, Wesley Chapel Road. You're slowing and going all the way towards Turner Hill Road. Elsewhere, seeing a little bit of stoppage heading west on I-20 as you leave the heart of Atlanta. You are on and off the brake pedal from MLK Junior Drive all the way to I-285. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Edwards. Partly cloudy, hot today, high 95. A few pop-up showers can't be ruled out. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, high 93 with an isolated shower or storm. Wednesday, a cold front approaching, mostly cloudy with widespread rain showers, high 85.
Right now, it's 94 in Norcross and in Conyers. It's 91 in Peachtree City. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Tim and Autumn have the day off. Autumn might join us later in the show. So we brought in Greg Russ early. Greg Russ, how are you?
I'm pretty good.
Now I want you to know that we did talk a little bit about the Falcons. We didn't completely exhaust. We didn't really get into the game, and I recognize that Greg Russ is going to come at us with something scathing. It's either going to be pointed at the team or the officials. And I want to hear it. But just in terms of the show, we did some of that. We're in the middle of trail mix, so if it's okay with you, we'll continue on now with trail mix. But I will allow you.
That's fine. I'll let it stew a bit more.
I'll let you vent because I know it's going to be scathing.
It's really not so bad.
I don't know if it's for the team or for the officials. Maybe a little bit of both. But hey, listen, don't let people off the hook. I'm trying to tease here. So,
I'm not letting them off the hook. I just think in the past I've been more scathing, but I'll dial it up if you want.
No. I want the real. I want the real Greg Russ reaction. But
we will get there.
Join
Idiot
us.
O-line. That'll say
all right, hold on.
Weak,
Now, you're getting
pathetic.
Hold on.
I'm hurt. I can't play. Okay, trail mix.
Listen to this guy. Oh, I'm hurt. I can't. You think these guys wouldn't play if they wanted to? Are you kidding me?
We adjusted
Are you
pretty
on your
well.
mind?
Yeah, I
think the adjustment was lackluster.
Well, there was no adjustment to it. But, I mean, there was no adjustment to the fact that the two linemen went out. But,
nothing.
Listen, so now I know it's probably less the officials and more the team. But let's table it. for right now and get to the next story in campaign trail mix.
I know you're excited for this one.
Hold on, Greg. You're aware of the fact there is a presidential contest going on. I just want to bring you up to speed in case you don't know
I
why
don't care.
I don't either.
I understand that, and I know it's your duty to talk about.
No.
I
I don't care. In the same way you don't care because I'm turned off by everyone involved. But it is interesting to cover. I mean, it's a thing going on. We are a current event show, so I have to cover things. I mean. If I just covered the things that I enjoy, it would just be 4 hours of building model airplanes every day. And everybody's not, my personal hobbies.
I would love it. I would
like to other people.
I'd like to learn about the primers and paints that you use and the glue and if it's balsa or plastic.
Hold on to that because don't think there isn't a fantastic YouTube channel coming your way very soon. All right.
Eric does models.
And people come in because they think it's like X-rated. They find out I'm building airplane models.
Oh, my God. He's painting a Japanese Zero. Wow.
He's good. I'm good at it. Listen, actually, I'm terrible at that. I was terrible as a kid. Model airplanes. So just throw them on the ground.
Did you really get frustrated?
Too many
little
little parts.
frustrated.
I'm not. That's not the way I'm more of a generalized thinker. I'm not a specific thinker. All right. What else?
You should get to ships at some point. You could do a model of the USS Missouri.
Oh,
That's the ship that Yamamoto surrendered on. Actually, was he on it? I don't know if he was on it.
They shot Yamamoto down.
Yeah, no.
Right.
The Emperor. You're thinking the Emperor was there with the top hat and everything.
Japan surrendered on that ship. Yamamoto, who knows where he was? They said he shot him down.
He was shot down. Is what I remember.
Well, I mean, it's probably school. I thought it was like just sitting around the house, the family history. Grandpa Yamamoto. You know what? He got a little over his skis. All right, so
that would be my great. You realize generation-wise, that would be my great grandfather's range there.
Yeah,
that's how 4 generations.
But isn't Yamamoto? We're making fun, but
it's fairly
kind of like
there.
Smith and Japan.
No, it's not like Smith. It's more
Henderson.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Henderson. Yeah, that's fair.
Henderson.
That's fair.
All right.
He was killed. I'll confirm. He was shot down in a plane. So look, the admiral was up there fighting too. I got to give him some credit.
Well, yeah, he was in there. Yeah, he was all the movies.
Well, he's the one that in the beginning, the great thing about reading our perspective of their history is that he always did not want to go to war with the U.S. He always thought that was stupid. And
I think it was his line, or I saw it in a movie, and maybe that's making me think it's his line. But I saw it in a movie. He was the one who said, "We're awakening a sleeping giant."
That's correct.
Now, I don't know. I mean, that's how it was in the movie.
That's his quote.
So we're gonna
awaken a sleeping giant. That's right.
All right. So what's next in the campaign trail?
Well,
now that we've worked out World War II, let's move on.
It is important to know that we are 42 days, 8 hours, 49 minutes, and 48 seconds until this election.
Oh, really? It's as if when it's over, everyone's just gonna go back to their normal lives.
Oh yeah, we're gonna.
Can I tell you something I'm noticing right now? Both sides are getting their people to believe that the victory is an inevitability. There's a lot of the prep that I've seen on the media and everything is, if you are a Kamala Harris supporter and you're following some of the media that I'm following, you are already convinced that this is a fait accompli. I mean, it's just over. He's not competitive, and everyone's in love with her. But meanwhile, you look at like individual states, and states where she should be leading by a lot, she's leading by very little. States that every swing state seems like it's close.
Well, Gen Z doesn't participate in the polls. They don't answer numbers. They don't know that everyone's
really old
text
people.
Messages.
Yeah, really old people don't either, and they're overwhelmingly MAGA. So what I'm saying is, because of the little cracks that you're seeing in the Kamala narrative, what MAGA people are seeing is this is inevitable. She should have like a 10. All of this press that she's had, she should be up by 6, 7, 8 points everywhere. And she's not, so then they're coming to the conclusion, okay, it's a media fabrication. It might well be, I don't know. And that he's just going to win in a landslide. And then at the same time, all of these articles are leading Kamala voters to believe that this is inevitable. Nobody likes Trump, and everybody loves her. So I don't know that it's going to be over. What did you say, 45 days?
I can tell you exactly here. I've got the countdown right here. It is exactly.
I don't know. I do believe. Go ahead.
42 days, 8 hours, 48 minutes, and 59 seconds.
Now I do believe that the Democrats are aware of the fact that they can't do They've at this point. I mean, we all understand the Stacey Abrams comparison, just like it was okay for her to think that she lost in America, but it wasn't okay for Trump. You know, we're aware of that
Hillary Clinton too.
little thing, but yeah, same thing there. So I think that they're more aware that they can't, if the Dems lose, they can't go with rigged election and stuff like that. I'm sensing, and you know me, I'm a great gleaner. I'm sensing that if the Democrats lose, it's going to go another way from a few stories that I've read, which is, okay, he can't run again. We have to live under this horrible, regime or whatever. But I think that their play is going to be, if the Democrats have any power in Congress still, you just, for 4 years, you just don't work with this guy, and we just walk away and just let it pass. It'll be over when he's done, because I think that they can't try to keep him out of the White House because of the way they've painted people like that, in the past. And then who knows, if you're telling MAGA people that it's inevitable that it's a landslide, who knows what that response is going to be. And I honestly don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I do know.
Dreading this.
He's definitely.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say my life is at the point where I think about events coming up in the future, and it's pre-election and post-election.
Yes.
For example, one of my friends has a wedding the weekend after the election, and it lives in my mind. It's like, oh, God, that's after the election. We'll have been through it, and what's the state of things going to be?
Yeah. Well, I think the state of things are going to be, this is all that I don't care. The only thing that I'm rooting for is whoever wins by a substantial margin in both popular and at least by the electoral vote. At least by the electoral. That's not close. Because then the other side kind of has to accept it no matter what. But if it's razor tight and
days
and we don't know, and we have to wait until certain mail deliveries show up, a week after, that's when I will be doing the show from home. That's when I just simply don't trust the country I live in.
It comes down to like 3 states or something like that.
Let me tell you what's not going to happen to me. I'm not going to be pulled out of my car and beaten up because of some election I didn't vote in. It's not going to happen to me.
People will make assumptions,
too. You are going to have to find me. You will have to go to my house and pull me out.
They won't even know how you voted. They'll just see your Kia and say, I know how he voted.
Kia, how about the old man with a goatee?
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Please.
Actually, it's conflicting then. I feel like a Kia would make me think one way. But
you think I'm a lesbian, maybe? I could be a lesbian if I'm driving a Trump voter.
Very confusing.
Lesbian with a goatee? I mean, this is a slam dunk. He's MAGA.
But because you didn't vote, if they find out you didn't vote, they're going to be like, you could have made an impact in this election.
Oh, I'm not saying I wouldn't deserve anything that happened to me. I'm just saying I'm smart enough not to put myself into harm's way. All right, Smiler Mark says 85 is bunching up in Norcross.
It certainly is. Eric from 285 trying to get out to Jimmy Carter Boulevard. No major backups as you work your way toward Duluth. There are backups associated with construction in the right lane in Peachtree Corners. That being construction on Holcomb Ridge Road westbound at Spalding, so have some patience there. 400, a little slowing up to the North Springs MARTA station northbound, and a bit of a bunch up as well as you approach 575 on I-75. But the ride to the northern suburbs okay. Not so much midtown, downtown Atlanta. Veronica Rell, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
No, not at all. A slow wind as you travel 85 southbound, leaving Georgia 400, making your way through the Brookwood area, getting down just past the North Avenue area and connected northbound. Only a few brake lights, 75, 85 north, coming up from Langford 166. This report brought to you by Terminex. When pests invade your space, you need them out fast, and to keep them out, don't live with a pest problem. Terminex said for your free inspection, visit Terminex.com today. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Thank you, Jesus.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
Your next chance to win is coming up at 5.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
on 95.5 WSB.
Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Sell your home for maximum value without the stress of listing your home on the market. It's Eric Erickson here. Fall's a busy time. Trying to sell your home can be overwhelming. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you skip the hassle, receive an all-cash offer, and you close within days. No showings, no open houses. The best part, no stress. With over 12,000 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home quickly and for the most money. Go to markspain.com, find out what your guaranteed offer will be, and start packing.
With MSC Cruises, discover big on a mini getaway or treat yourself to a week-long vacation. For a limited time, book now and cruise from $249. Plus, kids sail free. Sail to the turquoise waters of the Bahamas with stops at Ocean Key, MSC's private island marine reserve, or experience the beauty of the Caribbean and more destinations. MSC Cruises, for a greater beauty. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Price based on per person and includes taxes and fees. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Foundation problems are not always obvious. Doug Turnbull here for Atlanta Ramjack. When I saw cracks in my drywall, I called the best in the business and got an honest assessment. No overselling. Trust who I trust with the foundation of my home. Just Google Atlanta Ramjack.
They said I couldn't do it, but I'm doing it. Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic, and I'm changing the septic industry. Customers ask, how do you not charge to pump out our tank with a repair? Other companies charge hundreds for that. What's the catch? No catch. With Scorpion Septic, there's never a pump out charge with your repair.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic. Details online.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Noticing granules in your downspouts, gutters, or scattered on the ground? Your roof may need replacing. Think of Finley first. Dave Baker here for Finley Roofing, the roof guys. Get started with a free roof analysis. Schedule now at finleyroofing.com.
Roof. Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
All right, we're doing Trail Mix. That has to do with the presidential campaign. Greg Russ is with us. Tim and Autumn are not. Jared Yamamoto tossed me a headline from the campaign trail.
Since we are 42 days, 8 hours, 39 minutes, and 58 seconds away until Election Day,
56.
I figured the most important thing
55.
that all voters need
54.
is a new debate. Kamala Harris has accepted CNN's debate invitation for October 23rd, again challenging Trump to another showdown.
You know what? This is the way that I look at this stuff.
That's so close to the election.
Yeah, either way, it's not going to happen, so I don't care about that. But what I do find interesting is if Kamala's people were as confident as they say they are, they wouldn't want. Usually, you want another debate because you think you need another crack at it. You know, like okay, we did that last one. For some reason, she's thinking I need to do this. I need to be the overwhelming winner, whatever that means, one more time. So again, with all of this ballyhoo about how she's just everyone's in love with her. Why do they want a second debate so much?
It's interesting, right?
People know who Donald Trump is. It's not like they don't know who this dude
I think
is.
they're banking on him not taking the debate. That way they can say, I said yes.
Right.
He didn't say yes.
See, here's the thing. If that's true, then CNN is in on it because they have to make the offer, right? And I guess CNN would like to have a debate.
No, they would like to.
Yeah.
But they are leaning into the fact that Trump said he liked the way CNN handled the first debate with Biden.
It was a good debate.
Yeah, but, well, it was a good debate in one sense. Except it wasn't really a debate because there was only one living, breathing candidate
That's
on
fair.
stage.
That's
so
fair.
it wasn't
You had a
really
corpse and a person.
really. So, I mean, you could beat somebody because you're really good on the issues, or you could just win the debate because the other person is not actually there.
Well, I think the issues are the least important way
Yeah.
to win the debate now. It's just making the other person, like even with Kamala, it was just baiting Trump, trying to
Yes.
get him to look bad, not answering questions about policy.
Well, you got to remember, like, objectively speaking, we kind of look at debates in this idea that, well, there's supposed to be a place where we can get clarity and when we can, make a good decision between these two. And where do they stand on the issues? And how close are they to where I stand on the issues? And in reality, when it's a campaign, your job is to win. And just like a football game or anything else that you're trying to win, your job, if you're good at it, is you take advantage of every single moment that you have to win. So the people who run campaigns don't give a damn about our idealized version of what a debate should be. That's an hour and a half in front of the American people. I heard somebody before I got out of the car talking to Erickson, a MAGA person, said he should accept the debate and then just not speak to the moderators or anybody, no matter what they ask. Just look in the camera and talk to the American people. And that would look kind of silly, but she is thinking like a campaign person. This isn't a debate. It's an hour and a half where I can look into the camera and talk to the American people. So that's why when some of the people to never trust in this world are young people who are involved in political campaigns. People who are 22, 23, 24 years old who get involved in political campaigns. It's interesting to be around them because you can actually watch them go through the process of, becoming what they've contended they wouldn't be. Like they get involved because they're going to, I care about this country, but you'll watch them become compromised in front of your eyes immediately when they're willing to look the other way when their candidate did something that they said was terrible in the other candidate, or when they destroy somebody's life who isn't running simply because within that story is something that will help their candidate, when they will actively do on their side the things that they point fingers at and condemn from the other side. You can watch it happen to your friends who are 23 or 24 or 25, who back when they got interested in politics when they were 17 or 18 had a vision and aspiration of making things better. But what they do is they convince themselves this campaign is so important, I may have to let the ideals slide a little bit. But they slide immediately, meaning whatever the first campaign is. And you can watch your friends fall in love with that for a living and slowly watch them become corrupted in real time because it always happens.
The policy part of it is BS too. I think part of the reason the policy doesn't matter in the debates is because nobody actually believes in the policy. I saw a study that said if a bill is introduced and it has 0% public support, there's a 30% chance it passes. If a bill is introduced and it has 90% of public support, it's a 30% chance it passes. It doesn't matter. They do not care what people actually want.
Of course they don't. This is the reason I'm not available to it anymore, is everyone talking to me, their job is to make me feel good about giving them power, and they know it. So they're going to sweet talk me any way they can. What they do once they get there, they have to have an eye on the next election. They got to come back and talk to me again. But beyond that, they don't really. So that's what it is. That's how I see every politician. You're asking me to help you gain more power.
70% of the time, apparently, is also spent campaigning for the next election.
I believe it, especially in the House.
Well, a lot of that's in the House where you got to run every 2 years.
Which, could you imagine, every 2 years?
Well, yeah,
run?
because it's not supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be a career. Whenever people talk about how things are rigged or whatever, this is what you need to know. It's your fault, dear voters, because the entire U.S. House of Representatives is up every 2 years. You could turn the government over every 2 years, if you wanted to. I used to believe that you wanted to because I used to believe your rhetoric. Now I don't believe anybody's rhetoric anymore. So I'm just going to have a good time. Smiley Mark says there are construction hassles in Peachtree Corners.
Especially if you're trying to work your way between Norcross and Roswell this afternoon along busy Holcomb Bridge Road. Only one lane open, a right lane taken out with construction on westbound Holcomb Bridge at Peachtree Corners, right at Spalding Drive. That is a busy intersection as it is, but westbound stacked up on Holcomb Bridge Road. So take Peachtree Corners up to Spalding. That'll get you around the delays a little bit, but there is a big hassle this afternoon right in the heart of Peachtree Corners. Where are the hassles on 285 as you see them now, Andrew Seco?
Well, right now, the worst of it seems to be in and around Spaghetti Junction. 285 east and west looking a little tough. Merging on 85 north looking a little bit tougher as well. You are on and off that brake pedal all the way from Beaufort Highway in Dorville down to the Stone Mountain Freeway in Clarkston. Elsewhere, we are pushing along past the Perimeter Pretzel. 285 westbound seeing some delays. The brake lights catch you at Chamblee, Dunwoody Road. You're slowing and going all the way down to Riverside Drive at exit 30. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit ReliableAir.com and schedule a free consultation. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
This month only, you can save 10% when you Rhino Shield your house. That's right, 10% off, plus no payments until next year. 10% off, no payments until next year. 2 more great reasons to use Rhino Shield over paint. Check it out at RhinoShieldGA.com.
Retirement doesn't have to be complicated. Are you sick of all the fancy charts and investment mumbo-jumbo thrown at you to justify the Wall Street fees you're being charged? It's not the size of your nest egg that matters, but rather the income it can produce. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, best-selling author and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who have retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money is never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money into this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you are over 50 and want a bigger, better, stress-free retirement, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie, The Retirement Deception. 888-471-3896. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you get it completely free. So don't delay. Call 888-471-3896. Again, that's 888-471-3896.
I vividly remember going to my grandparents' house when I was a kid, and my grandmother literally doubling over in pain because of her arthritis. Her hands, her elbows, she was just in so much pain. I felt so bad for her. I really wish QC Kinetics was around back in the day to help out my grandmother, because they are key when it comes to arthritic pain. Arthritic pain in your knees, hips, back, shoulder. I want you to check out QC Kinetics and the amazing revolutionary treatments they have. Tens of thousands of satisfied patients, and the consultation totally free. You can enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing the stuff you love without pain, without drugs or surgery or downtime. I would have sent my grandmother straight to QC Kinetics. I'm going to send you straight there. Call now. Take action to get long-lasting joint pain relief with the help of QC Kinetics. 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026. 770-285-8026.
Motorcycle riders like you are a different breed. You don't just ride your bike, you're obsessed. So if someone causes you to lay your bike down, you need a different kind of attorney, one that understands bikers and their rights. Eric Von Hessler here for my friends at Steel Horse Law, the Stein and Karen Law Group, motorcycle injury lawyers who ride. You can trust them on the road and in the courtroom. Steel Horse Law can help you get back on your feet, medical bills paid, and your case resolved. Trust is everything, and results matter. Free case evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top story, it's an update on election 2024. A new poll shows former President Trump leading Vice President Harris in 3 battleground states, including here in Georgia. The New York Times Siena College poll has Trump ahead in Georgia, Arizona, and North Carolina. It shows Trump leading by a margin of 49 to 45% in Georgia, which is similar to the numbers in an Atlanta Journal-Constitution poll released last week. It had Trump ahead 40 47 to 44 within the poll's margin of error. And as the election rhetoric heats up, there is a discussion in Cobb County tonight on civility and the First Amendment.
The Civility Forum with members of the First Amendment Foundation was organized by Cobb Commission Chair Lisa Cupid, who feels there's a problem that has to be addressed.
At least for the time that I've been elected, I've seen a marked decline in the civility in our meeting spaces.
She says the idea for the forum came together after someone attending an election board meeting yelled an anti-Semitic comment.
I was so taken back by it.
She says that crossed a line. She hopes the conversation will bring people together. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
94 degrees in Atlanta. When does it start to feel like fall? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. The University of Georgia faces a call to drop the suspensions for the 6 students arrested for taking part in a war protest on UGA's campus earlier this year. First Amendment attorney Samantha Hamilton says it is a matter of free speech.
We call upon UGA to publicly apologize to the student protesters and to reinstate them with the university, to put them back in the positions they were in before, to make them whole.
In a statement, the university says they support freedom of expression on campus, but that it must comply with the law and university policy. More U.S. troops are heading to the Middle East. The Pentagon says it's a small number and is out of an abundance of caution. The decision comes as tensions escalate between Israel and Hezbollah. At least 270 people are dead as Israeli airstrikes hit hundreds of Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. Reporter Linda Gradstein says Israelis in the northern part of the country are hunkering down to avoid incoming rockets from Hezbollah.
They have to stay close to the bomb shelters. They have to be able to get there quickly. Residents are very, very nervous, and there's been, almost nonstop sirens in certain parts of northern Israel.
Hezbollah has fired dozens of rockets toward Israel, targeting military bases and the facilities of a defense firm. A manhunt is underway in Birmingham after a mass shooting leaves 4 people dead and over a dozen wounded. Mayor Randall Woodfin says there's a $100,000 reward for information about a suspect or suspects.
As a community, we cannot give safe harbor or shelter to people who want to just simply kill people.
Police believe the shooting was a hit and the targeted individual is among those killed. A convicted child molester in Cherokee County is sentenced to 25 years in prison without the possibility for parole. 22-year-old Xavier Jennings was found guilty of molesting an 8-year-old in Holly Springs in 2018. The now teenager described the abuse as the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and also asked for leniency so the abuser could become a better person. A local car club raises $40,000 for the victims of the Appalachia High School shooting. Derek Stidham with the Pharaohs Car Club of Georgia says the outpouring of support was massive. He says more than 750 cars showed up for the event over the weekend at the Home Depot parking lot in Bethlehem.
We were planning for maybe a few hundred, maybe 100 or 200. And it quadrupled what we were expecting.
He says there were people from all over coming together to help the victims of the shooting. 8 Metro Atlanta schools are named 2024 Blue Ribbon Schools. The U.S. Department of Education recognizes more than 350 schools that excel in academic performance or schools that make major progress in closing gaps in learning. 5 of the schools are in Gwinnett County. It is now 4:34 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And triple team traffic starts now with Smiling Mark McKay.
At a temporary holdup in Brookhaven, headed south on I-85. Police activity had all lanes shut down for a minute or two. 85 south at North Druid Hills Road, exit 89. Open again, but once you get past that exit, you're running slow as you leave Georgia 400 down past Georgia Tech on the connector southbound. Bunching up on the northbound side, leaving I-20. North side perimeter is getting crowded. 285 west out of Dunwoody through Sandy Springs. Crowds abating now in Peachtree Corners. Looks like they've wrapped up that right lane construction. Holcomb Bridge Road westbound at Spalding Drive. Guess they got the brooms out to I-20 in East Atlanta. Veronica Orell, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, they did, and fast to clear that debris, that gravel over on I-20 eastbound and Moreland Avenue, exit 60. All lanes are now back open, but still some delays there. Get past all of that, making your way on the East Freeway, headed out to Stonecrest. A few brake lights. I-20 eastbound leaving Wesley Chapel Road, and then over on I-20 westbound. Just a few brake taps as you travel I-20 westbound over into Lithia Springs. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Partly cloudy this evening and isolated isolated pop-up shower possible. Lows tonight in the low 70s. Tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds with a few pop-up storms in the afternoon, high 93. A cold front ushering in cloudy skies and scattered rain showers. A few thunderstorms on Wednesday, highs in the mid-80s.
It is 88 in Mableton, 89 in Brazelton, 92 in Locust Grove. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Mega firms send a paralegal. Steelhorse sends a lawyer. SteelhorseLaw.com.
Welcome to Window Wisdom with North Georgia Replacement Windows. We are here with the owners and experts, Ted Kirk and Jonathan Cullum. So Ted, you guys have some incredibly exciting news to share with people looking for window and door replacement.
Yes, we do. We were blessed to move to a bigger, better location, and that makes window and door shopping so simple for our customers. The new location's already helping make our business more efficient, and everyone loves the Infinity from Marvin experience, where you could see for yourself the fiberglass difference side by side compared with other types of windows like vinyl composites.
What can someone expect when they visit your beautiful new Alpharetta showroom?
First of all, expect to meet some of the most educated window and door experts in the business. Our people really make a big difference. They are the very best in the industry. And we have so many window and door styles on display that you can see the difference in quality for yourself. Our showroom also includes some of the newest technological advances available in windows and doors.
Now, do you need an appointment for a showroom consultation, or can I just drop by?
You can just drop by. We're open Monday through Saturday, and we'd like to personally invite you to schedule a time to meet with someone at our showroom, or we'll bring samples to you for an in-home appointment. The showroom really makes it easy for you. Stop by and see the beautiful Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows in person. They'll improve your home's energy efficiency, comfort, and curb appeal. And we promise a stress-free experience, including a quick, accurate proposal without the pressure or pricing games.
And what about any special discounts or offers available for anyone who visits the showroom or has you out to their home?
Absolutely. We have some special offers going on, including smart money plans with 0% interest.
Right now, get 18% off your project plus up to 24 months, no interest, no payments. Check out all the details at ngwindows.com.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah!
All right, I'm feeling it. You feeling it, George?
Heck yeah.
Jared?
Oh, yeah.
Greg Russ, are you feeling it?
As much as I can. I try. I want to feel.
I know.
I want to feel it.
The feel is that, hey, we're talking politics. It's a talk radio show. Talking about that big old presidential campaign.
That's right.
I've been dreading this for 2 years. Like 2 years ago, I thought it goes by fast.
Yeah.
We're going to be next election before I know it. Here we are.
I'm just trying to ignore it as much as you can when you have a talk radio show, daily talk radio show in a huge market. As much as you can ignore it in that situation, I guarantee you, I am ignoring it as much as I can, which isn't much because we have to cover it. It's out there.
Well, it's everywhere.
It must be covered.
People seem a little less enthused than the last two, I would say.
Well, that's why our audience is growing by leaps and bounds for all of the what happened to my WSB. I think people are enjoying the fact that every once in a while we can do a show here and just completely ignore that stuff. But it can't constantly be ignored, or we would not be fulfilling our fiduciary responsibility, which as a talk show in America is to get your blood boiling and get you pissed off about something a few times a week.
It's in the WSB founding charter, if
It
I
is,
recall.
yes. The audience must feel themselves emotionally stressed out at some point by the host telling them there's some sort of existential threat on the horizon. Although nobody cares about the real one. Well, two of them. $35 trillion in debt and potentially World War III. Those two existential threats.
Those are over there.
You start getting into the climate and the stuff Donald Trump says. Now we can really be talking about
The
existential.
bathrooms, too, Eric. Don't forget the bathrooms.
Those bathrooms are very important. Who can and cannot be in a public bathroom?
Now, that's just what they want us to talk about.
That's
so
what
they
I'm
can-
saying. That was my point. You don't understand sarcasm there, Greg Russ?
No, I don't understand anything. They've done what they did what they wanted to do with me. They just shut me down
Yes.
completely. My brain no longer works. It doesn't process. Context means nothing. I don't know.
Oh,
It just
you're perfect
exists.
for this show. This is the audience we want. Your minds, you're just giving up, like me, like the host, just going, you know what? They're more powerful than I am. I guess I just have to feel good about the fact that I'm smart enough to know what they're up to, and that's it. That has to be an end in and of itself. So what do you got?
So this is news to many here. I saw that Trump admitted that in 2028, if he doesn't win in this election cycle, that he will not run again.
Why do you say admitted? I don't think it's something
Well,
he
because-
admitted. I think
because-
it's more like, did anybody expect that?
I think some people were. You go in like the MAGA chambers and stuff like that.
Yeah,
People
well,
expected
okay.
him to
You
run
get
again.
into like the deep part of any movement, and people are going to be, look, at some level, every movement, at some level, like the top level, second, about the third level in, every movement is a cult.
Yeah.
So-
I was under the impression that Q was going to reveal himself before 2028.
Exactly.
He was going to
It's true.
run himself.
He's still coming, George. He's still coming.
So Q 2028.
It's just a Q still going to be around in 2028. Where did he say this?
So he was on Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson, which I've never watched before.
Cheryl Atkinson. That's the name that sounds familiar.
Her episodes are on YouTube. I think it's just a podcast or a vodcast, but I'll double check into that. But he said this.
If you're not successful this time, do you see yourself running again in 4 years?
No, I don't. No, I don't. I think that will be it. I don't see that at all. I think that hopefully we're going to be successful.
Yeah, well, I think that makes sense. Oh, you can just run when you're 90?
I don't know.
I mean, he's not.
With
he won't
Biden?
even- what would he be, like 83? He's 78 now? So you don't even take office until January of next year. Then
I think he'd be
come on.
83, 84.
Yeah, nobody should be running at that age. I think we've seen
what happens.
Yeah.
Well, where is
Now,
Biden? Biden's
Greg
just
and I are
in
going to
hiding.
see Ringo Starr on Wednesday. He's 84. So, who knows?
Yeah, but he's performing. That's
Yes.
fine. That's different. He's not trying to run a
What do
country.
you think Trump's doing? He's performing.
Fair. That's fair. They're all performing. On
Yes.
some level, you can make that argument, but they don't admit it. If they admitted it, then fine.
Now, one of the other things
He's going to come out in a tracksuit. This is the part about Ringo that I just like he does have that old man thing of I don't want to wear tight clothes anymore. Just comes out in a tracksuit.
Oh, come on.
Well,
it's like selling out.
it's gonna be a big show. I think, Eric, one of the reasons the hotels were so expensive, UN Assembly Week. Lucky you.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's what. Okay, at least that
Lucky
makes
you.
sense.
You'll be here. So maybe some of those big names will be
Oh,
at
yeah.
his show, and he'll wanna
yeah.
dress up
Zelensky
for it.
might be there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe he'll put on the fatigues, wear the military green.
Maybe I'll run into him in the halls. Maybe I'll run into him
Eric.
to
in the bathroom.
the
You're
continental
at the
breakfast. I'll run into him in the continental breakfast. So he'll be cranking out that Frosted Flakes from that weird cereal crank thing, and I'll be making a waffle with that dangerous waffle maker.
And he'll
thing.
take half of it.
That's right. Yeah, that belongs to me. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a big week.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. I'll mingle with the descendants of Castro.
We should
We're hanging
take
out.
we should take some time and see how close to the UN we can get without being shot.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. I'm not one of these guys. Hey, we're trying to get as close as we can. See.
I just want to see all my favorite world leaders.
Oh my! What else do you have the opportunity to see so many dictators together in one place? The problem with the
Never.
UN.
That's what I'm saying.
The UN. The problem with the UN is the same problem like if you know a girl or a guy and then they get together with somebody else, right? So what I've noticed, when I was younger, I noticed this when everybody was dating and, you'd be dating somebody for 6 months and then that would change to somebody else and your roommates and would have different girlfriends and then things get swapped around. What I would notice is that whoever was the worst, let's just say like the sloppiest, let's go with something like that. Out of the two people, whoever was the sloppiest, like if one was a really, really tidy person before they got together and one's sloppy, you go back 6 months later to their apartment, the sloppy one. Like the sloppy is going to turn the meticulous person into a sloppy person.
Oh, for
Suddenly
sure.
you'll be living, and the United Nations is like that. There may be a few good world leaders out there, but the United Nations is so full of corrupt dictators that ultimately, even if the building itself tries to hold itself out as, hey, we're getting together to make things better, whatever, it's going to be the sloppy boyfriend that turns into the sloppy girlfriend all the time. All the time. I know this. I know this I had a friend who was totally just the biggest slob ever, and he was a roommate. And then they started dating this girl who you could tell on day one she was very put together, very buttoned up. And then just like within 3 weeks, you know, there's like Dolly Madison wrappers all over the bedroom. Who knows what the hell's going on?
Hell, I mean, we're seeing
just like the bad one will have the more influence than the good.
We're seeing
in
right
situations
now,
like that.
In just current events right now, we're seeing what's happening to Travis Kelce with Taylor Swift. I mean, he's moping on the side, not catching the ball.
No,
He's
he
looking
was
fat.
sad last night. I
Cannot-
saw that shot of him on the bench, and he looked dejected.
That's what all the headlines say. Now, he's not been having a very good season, so he may
No.
have looked dejected about that. But
I don't. It's
but
not
hold
his
on,
fault.
hold on.
Apparently,
Yeah.
teams are covering with 2 or 3
He's
players.
also now this is the one question about the Taylor Swift thing. And I don't know. I've been watching this guy a lot because, you know, my Buffalo Bills are, you know, we always beat them in the regular season and then they beat us when it counts. So I see him a lot. He looked a little fat to me last night.
Yes, he's looked
A
fat
little
last year in the
heavy.
playoff run.
Let's see, you're saying last year he looked like that, and I don't remember that, but like I saw a roll there last night. And I'm like, this is the problem when people fall in love, they gain weight because they're always like at cafes and they're always eating. Like when you fall in love, there's always a reason to go to. Oh, I heard about this great cafe, and they've got the largest bagels in the history of the world. And
Taylor shuts it down. She pays for everyone who's in there to get out.
Yeah.
And then they eat in there alone.
That's
so they have
right.
the run of the place.
That's right. And then she, you know, works out more than he does. So she doesn't.
Just by being on stage, it's a good workout.
Well, listen, I think he's getting fat, or it can be and. When you look at him look all sad like that on the sideline, you're wondering, oh, is that cycle started? Is he becoming the boyfriend she writes about that broke her heart and wasn't perfect? And because there is no man on earth that is good enough or perfect enough for. And Swifties will tell you this: she's perfect. So. I mean, a Swiftie will tell you that she's perfect.
I agree.
Therefore, it's difficult for her to get with somebody because eventually the fact that the other person is not perfect becomes obvious.
And remember, she didn't.
There's so much pressure. Like just even having a season starting like this, where 3 games and what did he have? 30 yards last night, no touchdowns overall in the season, 70 yards. Let's say he knows that she's watching and saying he's not doing anything.
She wasn't there last night.
She wasn't there last
in Atlanta.
night.
So
couple of games with no. I mean, I don't think she's on tour.
Maybe he's
No, she's
getting
not.
disgustingly fat to promote that new show, just Grotesquerie.
Oh yeah, what's that? What a weird thing! I saw that. It was a commercial during Monday Night
Yeah, it kind
Football.
of looks like an American Horror Story type show.
All these real actors that, and it's funny. Like every person involved with the show has some kind of. Oscar or Emmy or something, and it's all the names and their accolades and all that, and then the last thing, and Travis Kelce. What?
It's like, huh?
A horror show?
He's also going to be in Happy Gilmore too.
Oh, thank goodness, we need that.
Oh yeah.
So he's getting complacent, maybe ready for the acting career.
Possible. He's at the end of the NFL career, that's for sure. But you know what? They're probably just holding him. Old guys. You help us at the end of the season. What does it matter? They have sucked.
Well, they're going to lose Rice at some point because Rice has his
Not this
felony
season.
charges.
Not this
I thought
season.
by December they were thinking that.
Maybe, but I doubt it. And that's to me. That's just we got to do traffic, but that's galling to me that he's allowed to be out. He's a great receiver, obviously. The fact that he's allowed to be admired and applauded and all of this they have the footage. I know it hasn't gone to court, but they have the footage of him starting an accident that didn't need to happen and then leaving the scene without inquiring as to whether anybody was harmed. That's not going away. I can't believe that if I did that and they had that kind of camera footage on me, that would not trigger my morals clause. And I don't even know what it is. I just assume it's in the contract somewhere and that is covered. Smiling Mark says there are downtown delays.
They started Midtown Atlanta, continue down I-20 on the southbound side of the connector. In fact, the slowing at 17th Street really slows I-85 leaving Georgia 400 northbound, 75-85. The worst of it's going to be between University Avenue exit 244 up to John Lewis Freedom Parkway. East side perimeter really starting to bog down and slow traffic out of Doraville through Tucker down to Clarkston and Highway 78. active in the cab in Gwinnett on I-85. Enter Seco Covey Carrier Traffic Center.
Active indeed. Looking at a travel advisory heading south towards the Fulton County border. Police activity in the right lanes, 85 south of Claremont Road. That's exit 91. Heading south towards North Druid Hills Road. A little bit of stoppage. No need for an alternate, though. Just a quick tap of the brakes heading south. And elsewhere, we did just watch a crash clear from Gwinnett County off that left shoulder. Now completely gone. 85 south, right at Indian Trail Road. That's exit 101. This report sponsored by Georgia United Credit Union. They've been named Newsweek's best savings account rates in Georgia. Open a high-earning savings account today. Visit gucu.org/save. That's gucu.org/save. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
The morning rush hour, evening rush hour, and everything in between.
Looking at those brake lights, 75, 85 northbound coming up from Langford.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic Center.
We do have that stoppage either side as you merge north and south on the connector.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic. Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At Jim Ellis Automotive, we believe buying a car should be quick, easy, and convenient, or in other words, as headache-free as possible. Hi, I'm Stacey Ellis, Vice President of the Jim Ellis Automotive Group. When you're ready for your next car, truck, or SUV, I invite you to visit jimellis.com. It's the easiest way to shop and compare more than 5,000 new, certified pre-owned, and pre-owned vehicles. Find the right vehicle that's right for you and use the Jim Ellis Expressway to start or complete your entire purchase online. Calculate your payment, determine the value of your trade, secure financing, and more. At Jim Ellis Automotive, you can shop from the comfort of home, on the go with your mobile device, or in person at any of our 21 family-owned and operated dealerships located throughout Metro Atlanta. For your convenience, Jim Ellis Automotive also provides at-home services, including test drives, new vehicle delivery, and some service appointments. Ready for a quick, easy, and convenient car buying experience? Visit jimellis.com today. Jim Ellis Automotive, where you can always expect the best.
It happened to me. I saw some cracks in my drywall. Hey, it's Doug Turnbull for Atlanta Ramjack, the very best in the foundation business. Are you seeing cracks in your drywall, stucco, bricks, around doors and windows, or in your flooring? You may have a foundation problem. And that might sound scary, but look, it could be nothing, and if it is something, call Ramjack. Foundation repair is all they do, using only the highest quality products. Schedule your free inspection. Just Google Atlanta Ramjack.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For over 16 years, Matt's Exteriors has transformed homes across Atlanta. Whether you need a new roof, beautiful siding, or energy-efficient windows, our team delivers top-quality results that you can trust. As a James Hardie and GAF Elite Preferred contractor, they install only the best products with industry-leading warranties. Matt's Exteriors is fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Discover why over 10,000 homeowners have chosen them for their home exterior projects. Visit mattsexteriors.com today to book your free consultation.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for thousands of appetizing ingredients that inspire countless mouth-watering meals with savings beyond low prices. Like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. So you can get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Save big on 12 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or Canada Dry. Select varieties are just $4.99 each with your card and digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Attention! If you owe money to the IRS, this is an urgent message. The IRS is cracking down by sending out heart-stopping letters, aggressively garnishing paychecks, seizing bank accounts, and putting liens on homes and businesses. They call it enforced compliance, and you better watch out because penalties and interest on unpaid taxes compound daily, making it seem impossible to ever get out of debt. Don't let the tax debt destroy your life. You need to call Optima Tax Relief, the #1 tax resolution firm. They're experts in the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks that the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands. Optima's resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, they'll fight to get you the best deal possible. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
All right, you know what? We talked too long into that last break, which means we don't have a lot of time here. We will give some stuff away. I believe Autumn has joined us. We can say hello to Autumn. Autumn, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
It's good to hear your voice. Greg, are you going to stick around, or is it like, oh, Autumn's here, I can't be here at the same time?
I was just thinking about that. I hadn't made my decision, but I was thinking, I got the text from you and said, hey, please join the show. Autumn and Tim are out today. And I thought, yeah, I'm needed. This is nice. I'm wanted. And then Autumn appears.
Well,
oh no!
You need to
go so you guys can have your little sausage time.
No. We already had that. We already crossed streams. Now it's time to open things up to a wider audience. Invite the chick in.
Yeah.
Broaden our horizons. No pun
intended. And when we start to
intended.
talk about sports, she'll disappear again. So.
All right, well, we're going to do a little bit of that. Also, some studies, surveys, and polls. But for right now, we have very little time, so we're going to give stuff away. 2 tickets to see Yacht Rock Review on Saturday, October 5th at Cadence Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets are on sale right now at livenation.com. Smiling Mark, he's watching 85 for you.
And police fire department activity rolling southbound as you leave Spaghetti Junction through Chamblee. Hero unit has even joined the fray here as we hover up above 85 South, Shallowford Road, just past exit 93. It's in a kind of a tough curve there, so 2 right lanes are knocked out. Northbound delays leaving Spaghetti Junction at Norcross. We've got the HOT lane taken out the southbound side of I-85 with a crash at Indian Trail Road, where the brake lights at I-20 now, Veronica Ralph.
Well, right now, just dealing with a few brake lights, I-20 eastbound as you leave 285, the east side perimeter, and make your way past Panola Road. And then over on the west freeway, on and off the brakes a bit, I-20 westbound leaving 285, the west side perimeter, getting just past Thornton Road over in Lithia Springs. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit reliableair.com and schedule a free consultation. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home for maximum value without the stress of listing your home on the market. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. Fall's a busy time and trying to sell your home can be overwhelming. With the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the hassle. Receive an all-cash offer and close within days. There are no showings, no open houses, and the best part, no stress. With over 12,000 5-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home quickly and for the most money. Go to markspain.com and find out what your guaranteed offer will be and start packing.
Hey, Atlanta. Shane Company knows shopping for diamonds is a big deal. We've been servicing you, your friends, and your family in Atlanta for nearly 50 years, so we know exactly how to help you find your dream engagement ring. We also know you deserve a diamond as big as your love at a price that works with your budget, not against it. We've always sourced diamonds directly, cut out the middleman, and passed the savings on to you. Visit one of our 3 stores, Duluth, Alpharetta, or Kennesaw, and compare our wide selection of diamonds, rubies, and a rainbow of sapphires in different shapes and sizes. Then choose the setting that speaks to your style, pick your center stone, and add a decorative crown and an engraving. It's that easy. Or select a perfectly preset ring created by our design team that's ready to go. With our everyday competitive prices and free lifetime warranty, at Shane Company, we'll get it right every time. As Atlanta's family jeweler, this is our promise to you. Come on in and see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, it's Christina Edwards. Recently, I found a few cracks in the wall both inside and outside my home. I've always heard that may be a sign of damage to my home's foundation, so I called my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. Turns out, it was natural settling, and I didn't need to repair it. I was impressed by their service and approach of educating me without pressure and sales games. And that's why American Crawl Space Solutions is your best value in foundation repair.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. symptoms. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, Appalachia High School students return to campus. The sheriff of Barrow County greets students today before classes resume tomorrow morning, just weeks after the mass shooting that left 4 dead and 9 injured.
Sheriff Judd Smith notes the stark contrast between that dark day when a student shot and killed 2 students and 2 teachers.
On September the 4th, our community was brought to its knees.
And now,
today is a huge step for us healing.
Open houses today mark the first face-to-face for many teachers and students and the return of some officers since the deadly shooting. Next up, Appalachia students will go back for half-days until fall break. After that, they'll return full-time. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
A weekend car show in Barrow County raises money for victims of the Appalachia school shooting.
Barrow's Car Club of Georgia planned a fundraiser for Appalachia High following the mass shooting, and it was like nothing the car club's Derek Stidham has ever seen.
But you don't ever have different factions of car clubs come together for one cause.
He says some 750 cars were on hand and they raised $40,000. He says there were people from all over coming together to help out, including a donation from as far away as Japan. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
91 degrees in Atlanta. When does it start to cool off? And what about rain chances this week from a possible tropical system? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A grieving family calls on the Atlanta City Council to take action after their loved one was shot and killed by an off-duty Atlanta cop. Here's a report all new at 5.
Atlanta policeman Melvin Potter remains on leave under investigation for fatally shooting Devon Anderson outside a bar in South Fulton. He was charged with obstruction there for refusing a blood alcohol test. Anderson's mother Valerie tells the Atlanta City Council's Public Safety Committee she wants Potter fired and charged with murder.
Is Melvin Potter above the law? Because it seems to be.
An APD deputy chief reassures the family the department cooperated fully with the GBI investigation.
Appropriate actions related to his employment and the discipline will be made as a criminal investigation, and administrative investigation continues.
Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
UGA students arrested for protesting the war in Gaza on campus earlier this year are now demanding disciplinary action against them be dropped.
6 students remain suspended over their participation in the protests. Saska Mahmood, executive director of the Georgia chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, says
these brave students have been targeted with harassment, discrimination, and extreme punitive measures simply because they practiced their right to free speech.
The group is demanding the students be able to return to class and that UGA issue a public apology. The university says in a statement they support freedom of expression on campus, but that it must comply with the law and university policy. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
With tensions rising in the region, the U.S. is sending additional forces to the Middle East. The Pentagon says the move to send a small number of troops is out of an abundance of caution. Israeli airstrikes today killed more than 270 people in Lebanon as Israel goes after Hezbollah targets. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu defends the airstrikes.
Those rockets and missiles are aimed directly at our cities, directly at our citizens. To defend our people against Hezbollah strikes, we must take out those weapons.
The Israeli military is warning residents in southern and eastern Lebanon to evacuate their homes ahead of a widening air campaign against Hezbollah. A new report from the FBI finds violent crime and property crime is down nationwide, but the drop is even more in Atlanta. The 2023 crime report shows violent crimes down about 3% from the previous year. It includes an over 9% drop in rape and nearly 12% decrease in murder and manslaughter. Atlanta police report a 21% drop in homicides. Rape cases declined over 50%, and aggravated assaults down 16%. It is 5:04 now, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic, and here is Smiling Mark McKay.
Just made a flight in the Skycopter through Midtown, downtown Atlantiville. Quite crowded on the connector, which begins, of course, at 17th Street Atlantic Station, taking it down to I-20. Big crowd a whole way, and that is really causing delays through northeast Atlanta as you roll 85 south at Georgia 400. Watch police fire department activity in 2 right lanes of 85 southbound below Shalford Road, exit 93, working your way out of Chamblee. Northbound connector is slow, University Avenue to Midtown. You don't have to come through the city. You can always use the bypass. Let's get a check of 285, courtesy Enter Seco, Great Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, right now we're still seeing the worst of it in and around Spaghetti Junction. We got big delays either side of 285 east and west, merging onto 85 north as well. Those brake lights catch you on the eastbound side. As soon as you pass Buford Highway, you are slowing going all the way down to the Stone Mountain Freeway elsewhere. We are pushing along, passing that perimeter pretzel. Got a big slow spot here, 285 westbound on the outer loop. We are slowing and going, starting at Ashford Dunwoody Road. That's exit 29, and you are crawling along all the way to Riverside Drive at exit 24. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, staying hot for the rest of this evening. Temperatures slowly cooling to the low 70s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy. A few pop-up storms can't be ruled out. High 93. A cold front moving in on Wednesday, so mostly cloudy with widespread heavy rain and thunderstorms. High 85. Watching for future Hurricane Helene to move in on Thursday afternoon into the evening hours. Thursday's high is 76. Watching for damaging wind gusts and heavy rain east of the metro Atlanta area. Helene will be out of the metro region by Friday. Still cloudy and breezy with a high of 77.
It's 86 in Sandy Springs, 94 in Douglasville, 96 in Stockbridge. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now with a hearty congratulations for Larry Tipper of Alpharetta. Won 2 tickets to see Yacht Rock Review on Saturday, October 5th at Cadence Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Tickets are on sale for the rest of us right now at livenation.com. Also, it's the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz. I believe this is the beginning of the final week.
That's right. Your last chance to get $1,000.
Your last chance, and this hour's keyword is sleep. So don't sleep on it. Sleep, S-L-E-E-P. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win. Also, be willing to answer when you just see numbers, because we're probably not in your contacts and we can't leave a message. Again, that keyword is sleep. S-L-E-E-P, the WSB 5K.
These words?
Huh?
Who chooses these words?
What are you gonna deconstruct our contest, or was it? What are you gonna?
Wordgenerator.com.
I believe it's probably CC or someone like that.
I'm just wondering what their thought process is, because at first it kind of made sense. It was like summary. It was like sand and beach and stuff, and then it was like bonus and rad or whatever they were.
Rad.
now it's like sleep. Next one's gonna be like exhausted.
Well, it's the last
I hate
week.
My wife.
We're running out of words.
I don't think the key word could be "I hate my wife." That's a lot of words. That's an entire
like
week.
Something's wrong with Cece. What's going on?
What's going on here? They were all chosen. I guess we're getting to the. We're starting to go to sleep with it. I have no idea.
Yawn.
I have no. Why? No, the word is sleep. Now we're gonna get in trouble with the lawyers. S-L-E-E-P. That's the key word for the 5 o'clock hour. All right, I wanted to maybe
Do a little study surveys polls?
That's what I'm thinking, but I want to make sure Greg's on board and Autumn's on board and everybody's on board. I want people to be happy. Greg, you ready to do some study surveys and polls?
Yeah.
Hey, look, if
Let's do it.
Greg's on board, I don't have to talk to anyone else. Autumn, what? You ready to go? You like this idea?
Ready. I love studies, surveys, and or polls.
Do you love them more or less than today's keyword of the 5 o'clock keyword?
I think I like
I'd say
sleep
more.
as a concept
Yeah.
more, but I like the segment less. I don't know what I'm saying.
What you're saying is you're disappointed with the with the with the quality control when it came to the keywords. I think it's
I can't wait to find out. I can't wait to find out what tomorrow's is.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
It's time for studies, surveys, and polls on the Von Hessler Doctrine.
Woo! All right, Yamamoto, hit me with what you got. Study, survey, poll. I don't give a damn.
Got a survey.
I mean, I don't want people to think that I don't care. I'm just saying I'm ready for anything.
No, polls aren't good. You have to admit, the polls are the laziest form. At least with a survey, you're usually asked to put some thoughts in, and you need to back up your opinion. Poll is just this. I choose B.
Yeah, there's like interpreting going on with a survey.
Is that the difference? I always kind of wondered what the difference between a survey and a poll. Is a survey is what?
Survey's looser.
You have to answer with a paragraph or something and explain yourself?
Look, I'm a professional survey taker, Eric.
Yes.
I have an account on one of these paid survey sites right now with $63 in it.
Oh, wow.
I could cash out at
They
50.
don't pay out until it's 150.
No, this one pays out at 50, but I want to collect until I get to 100.
Do you believe that you've gotten $63 worth of influence over your fellow citizens out of that when they read about which way you're leaning?
It's just paid marketing, right? So
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you this. I've taken so many Outback surveys, Outback Steakhouse, that their menu has been influenced by me.
Very nice. Very nice. Are you the one who said that bloomin' onion, it's too much?
Well, that's
too much for me.
They have this thing where they're really pushing seafood.
Yeah.
And I constantly say, and I know that I'm biased because I don't like seafood.
Me
but,
either.
I like some seafood, but for the most part, not my favorite.
Give me
So
more steak.
I'd push them in that direction. It's like, come on. It's right there in the name. Steakhouse, not seafood
More
house.
turf.
Yeah, less surf. I don't
More
like this.
turf.
Less surf. More
More surf.
I just want to have a campaign just so we can have stupid rallying cries like that.
Sure.
You don't like to go...
Tie your shoes.
Tie your shoes.
Tie your shoes.
So, Greg, you don't like going to like the local Outback and get a little filet and lobster tail or anything like that?
Surf and turf?
It's not even real. It's Lagostino. It's not even
Yeah.
lobster.
This guy's used to the real thing up in Maine. You kidding me? This guy's blue blood, all right? He's top of the line. He doesn't
I drive to
he
Maine
does-
once a week to get
That's
my lobster.
right. That's right. He doesn't sit with the riffraff in a seafood restaurant booth.
In Lind.
In Lind. Yeah, if he goes to an Outback, guess what he wants from a steakhouse? A steak. Thank you.
Even
Leave
the
me
pork
alone.
chop. Even the pork chop they're starting to push. I'm like, I don't know. It's
Pork chops are
really-
boring. My wife always the pork chops. Because you got to break it up, I know. But
You gotta
they're
get the right
kind of like,
sauce.
yeah, but it's all about the sauce.
You're right, but if you have the right
It's
sauce,
it's just
it's delicious.
the actual pork chop itself is just a carrier.
Not a sauce guy?
I like it.
He's
but
saying he likes the sauce. You
I
put
like-
the sauce on styrofoam and you still get the sauce.
Yeah, and then you might.
no.
Basically, well, all you want with the pork chop is that it feels good in your mouth because the taste really isn't anything. You know.
You know what makes it better is if it's like fattier. If you have like the fat on the sides
I like
and you get a little
chewing,
bit of
that's
that in
weird.
your bite, then
grosses
that's really
me
good.
out. Fat.
Oh, I love
Oh,
it.
it grosses me out.
It's like chewing
I'll eat
gum
your
at the
fat.
same time.
Yeah, with no flavor. Although I will say this, I think that there's something going on with these sugarless gums that there's something strange. If my mouth goes radioactive before I die, I will know why. It'll be because of what's this? What do I always have? This
The 5 gum?
the 5 gum or the
Oh, that's
extra
sugar free?
Yeah, but whatever it is
Is it
that
made
has
with like steen
I have no
berry
idea.
or something?
I can't read. My eyeballs won't let me read the ingredients of the gum. But
Mine either.
given my advanced age, well,
Ugh.
it's after 40. It happens after 40 to everybody.
Oh boy, is it
I'm
happening to me.
fine. I can still read the smallest
it
of
does-
prints.
Well, it's going to go away because it's actually
It's not. No, not for
No.
me. I have glasses to see far away. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm nearsighted.
Oh.
So
The nearsightedness is still chef's kiss.
see, I'm nearsighted, and it went away for me because it's just a matter of the muscle relaxes, so you just absolutely you cannot focus as much because that muscle just isn't there. Now, maybe it's lasting a little longer with Grumpy Pants over here, but he's not going to make it to 45 without it. My point is, we all
Well, I know what to get you for your
have
birthday.
to deal with it. Yes.
Pocket magnifying glass.
There we go.
Well, don't we all have that with a phone? Kind of.
There's
you
an
gonna
app
take
that's a
pictures of
magnifying
your-
glass, sure.
Well, you can just blow it up. You don't have to take a picture. You can just pull the screen up. So it's
Why do you
anyway.
have all these
My
ingredients?
point is the threat that's out there is there has to be something dangerous about these gums. I have fallen asleep. Not a good thing with gum in your mouth. I recognize that. But I have fallen asleep and awakened 6 hours later. This is after chewing it for like half a day to begin with, and it still has flavor. That is simply not natural.
I'm sure your dentist loves that.
That you can chew gum for 8 straight hours and it still has flavor. Yes, it's a good thing, but there's no way that's encouraging a little bit of free radical. Something's going on.
You want to go back to like the bubble yum where it goes away in like 2 chews?
No, listen, not in 2 chews, but that's at least you can understand it. There's something there. You've swallowed that in your saliva. Now it's gone. I could chew this gum for 15 straight hours and it would still have flavor in it. Yes, it's good in one sense, but what is it actually doing to my body is what I want to know. Because there's something, is it uranium? What is it inside of this gum that is allowing this flavor stuff to stay bonded together no matter how much damage my teeth do?
It's the 5 components of uranium. That's what it is.
That's what the 5? Yeah. Fox News show. The 5 gum. Boy, they're so good, aren't they? That's not a boring show where they do the same damn thing every single.
Ratings.
I know.
Check and see on the back of the ingredients if boron is in it, because that's number 5 on the periodic table. That's why it's called 5 gum.
It's based in boron.
Yeah.
Which just can't be good.
It's all natural.
Yes, as is all radiation.
Yes.
Isn't everything natural? This is my problem with the concept of natural. Everything is natural. Everything is natural. I've made this point before, but I'll make it again. The way we look at the world is that if like a beaver builds a dam, we call it natural. But if men and women build Hoover Dam, it's synthetic. It's man-made. Well, man is natural. So, and women and everyone else.
I wasn't ready for that one. You're
women
welcome.
a little less, I think, but men, you know.
What? Hey!
No, not at all. Not at all. Hey, listen, I
feel like I was stabbed in the back just
No. I didn't reel you in just to push you away.
Yeah.
No. I didn't. So everything is, in order for something to be unnatural, it would have to come from some other dimension, in which case it would still be natural.
What if Hoover Dam is built with asteroids?
That's natural.
That's
natural.
That is natural. It's highly unlikely.
I know. I'm just this is hypothetical.
Are asteroids natural?
Yes, but not from Earth, though. So do we
No,
still consider...
nature is everything in the universe. Am I wrong? It's not just our ecosystem.
Okay.
Let's look up the
It all comes down to
nature.
quantum physics and the boron, as Autumn pointed out. What would life be like without boron? None of us knows, because it's the first time most of us have ever heard of it. Smiling Mark says there's a construction slowdown on 20 in DeKalb.
Both directions, 520 Eric, right after Wesley Chapel Road, exiting to 68 tight fit as you head away and toward Stonecrest, Lysonia this afternoon, and then eastbound slowing is keeping 285 north and east slow back towards Boulder Crest Road, exit 51. Hearing from the DOT of a left lane crash rolling towards Six Flags. They say left lane's knocked out I-20 eastbound Riverside Parkway. We do see delays beginning at exit 44 Thornton Road, westbound toward Lithia Springs, Douglasville. Okay. How is it to the northern suburbs? Veronica Rell knows, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, and I know it's a slow ride. 85 northbound leaving Spaghetti Junction. 285 making your way over to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, and then you're sluggish a bit as you travel through the rest of Norcross. Brake lights again. 85 northbound approaching 985. 400 northbound, you're dealing with the usual slow stuff through Sandy Springs. And 75 northbound, just on and off the brakes a bit as you travel through Marietta. Those 120 loops getting you over into Ackworth. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Tune in to Atlanta's Morning News.
Affected homes should boil their water for now.
All your latest news.
Vice President's visits generating some social media buzz.
Weather and traffic.
We will update you on the traffic impact as the VP arrives.
Tomorrow starting at 5.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman of Hoffman Financial Group and the host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading and seeing and living through these days, from potential rate cuts to presidential elections, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place, you know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So We ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on Portfolio X-ray, or click on Full Retirement Plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Your termite bill went up again, didn't it? So did you just pay it, or did you call to fight it? Hey, it's Dave Baker. Stop negotiating year after year and switch your termite protection to Breda Pest Management. They'll lock in your rate for 10 years, and nobody's better than Breda at keeping termites out. Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. BREDA Pest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
Hi, my name is Dr. Taylor with Be the Younger You Atlanta. Yes, it's true that most of our patients lose 20 to 30 pounds their first month and are on their way to regaining their health. But what's the point in losing all that weight and regaining your health just to lose it again? Exactly. That's why our program is designed so that doesn't have to happen, so you can live younger longer.
Hey, it's Shelley Winter for BeTheYoungerYouATL.com weight loss program. Don't you want to be around Thanksgiving dinner and have your family say, hey, you look great? Well, go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com right now. This weight loss program really, really works. I am a living, breathing testimony to the fact that this program works. Go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com right now or call 770-415-3000.
Sound too good to be true? Listen to the patients themselves. Go to BeTheYoungerYouATL.com. That's BeTheYoungerYouATL.com or call 770-415-3000.
So where do you store your beach chairs, pool gear, and umbrellas in the off-season? In your basement? Dave Baker here. If your basement has any issues like condensation, wet floors and walls, or musty smells, they can be signs that your home might be due for waterproofing. AquaGuard Foundation Solutions can help. Just visit aquaguard.net for a free inspection. AquaGuard will inspect your home to find the cause of the problem and can fix it once and for all. AquaGuard Foundation Solutions. There's a reason they're the trusted local experts. Just remember.
AquaGuard.
This is pretty hilarious. I thought these politicians are starting to get very desperate, but now it's like passive-aggressive texts. What did you get from
Marco Rubio?
Marco Rubio, which, by the way, he's running for senator in Florida, right?
Yes. So I don't understand.
Well, of course, because they're all national races, so they get a bunch of money from out, which really should be. I guess you couldn't curtail it, so it's hard to say it would be against the law, but it shouldn't be encouraged that people from the state of Georgia help decide with money.
Yeah.
You know, who's going to win in New Mexico.
You're sending this at 12:30 on Saturday, though, right in the middle of the college football games.
Right.
I mean, come on.
First of all, he didn't send it. That's the first thing.
His people or the people that are
But this is very passive-aggressive.
It literally reads, look, these texts are really expensive to send, Jared. Can you please just read what I wrote? Thanks, Senator Marco Rubio. It's got the link.
Oh, do you know?
I'm not going to click that.
Do you know that we could have been protected from this? This is one of those examples where you know that the politicians are not looking out for you. They're always looking out for themselves. I'm not sure exactly what but basically the no-call stuff.
Yeah.
Where this was started by Bush. There's a texting version of that. So you get on the no text list or whatever, and nobody does it, but it's out there and it's available. so that you don't get so many junk texts. Well, while they were doing that, they could have added these political texts as well. And of course, no, they can't do that. No, our constituents need to get the information.
Well,
from
it's nice that these people who are very busy are taking the time to text us. I got a text from Senator Schumer.
I know.
And he said, this is going to be a long message, but because of how much is at stake, you need to know it all. And
So
it
he's-
goes on and on.
I like the
it's
way
paragraphs.
he positions this as not a way to try to get you to give him more power. This is he's like, hey, listen, I got a lot of information. You sent me here so that I could give you the true facts. So, I mean, so they could have basically, oh, no.
What about that matching? If you donate now, we'll match 800%. Well, if you have the 800% to match my measly $20.
Is that necessary?
Do you need my $20 to begin with?
Absolutely. They need every cent.
I have somebody for a candidate
Who's matching? Where's it
the
coming
Senate
from?
that wants me to send $25. It says, will you rush $25 today to help us?
You need to.
I
It's your
texted back,
duty.
stop.
Oh, yeah. That's what. Remember, I used to text back funny things, and then I remembered. Then I found out everybody's doing that, and they just ignore you. So the best thing now is just stop. But nothing is going to stop it. But remember that the politicians could have stopped it, and they didn't. I guarantee you almost everybody in America is annoyed with this. If it helps you decide who you're going to vote for, that makes me more worried about you and your voting habits. But they had the ability to change the laws so that you would be more comfortable, and they said, no. We have to have access so that we can ask you for more power. That's the priority. All right. Once again, the 5K a day bonus blitz keyword for 5 o'clock is sleep, SLEEP. Go to the WSB Radio app or WSBradio.com/cash for your chance to win. Smiley Mark says there are delays behind a crash near Six Flags.
DOT tells us left lane, Eric, on I-20 eastbound, right before Six Flags over Georgia at Riverside Parkway, exit 46. Delays are stacking up, though, as you head inbound, leaving the way station, Thornton Road, exit 44. Sluggers lift Collin and I-20 west, passing Six Flags, heading through Lithia Springs toward Douglasville. West side of I-285 is stacked up, trying to get to I-20. Thick on the outer loop, leaving exit 15, South Cobb Drive, down past Hollowell Parkway. Plenty of brake lights you're seeing through Midtown, downtown Atlanta. Andrew Seco.
That we are. The worst of it still heading in and out of the heart of downtown. Our connector is all jammed up. 75, 85 north and south. Heading north, you're on and off those brakes from Langford Parkway up towards Freedom Parkway. Heading south, our troubles start just south of 400. You are slow and going all the way down to I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit ReliableAir.com. Schedule the free consultation. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Even when it's not raining, there's signs your roof needs attention. Dave Baker for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. Check for streaks and stains, loss of color, or granules in your downspouts or on the ground. Even if that wet spot on your ceiling is turned into a dry stain, it's still a problem. Need a new roof? Think of Findlay first. With exceptional service and pinpoint attention to detail, Findlay is the team I trust, and they offer 0% financing. Schedule your free roof analysis at findlayroofing.com.
Roof. Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now, 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
A lot of companies claim to be able to repair your foundation, but don't go with just anyone. Go with a specialist. Doug Turnbull here. Go with Ramjack. Foundation repair is all they do. Ramjack has the most experienced technicians in the industry to focus on your foundation and properly diagnose the issue. They'll fix your foundation right the first time using the highest quality products available, and they'll leave your home flawless. Get your free estimate. Just Google Atlanta Ramjack.
Looking for ways to save on your energy bill? This is Scott Slate. Well, the first step is knowing how much energy you're using. With Georgia Power's My Power Usage tool, you can check your daily energy consumption and see how even slight adjustments can help lower your energy bill. Turning off your lights when not in use, caulking and weather stripping windows and doors, washing full loads of clothes in cold water can all make a difference. Check out the resources that can help manage your energy usage at georgiapower.com/myenergy.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by QC Kinetics. Our top local story in this bitter election season, a call for civility. Leaders in one metro county hold a discussion tonight.
Cobb County Commission Chairwoman Lisa Cupid says she's noticed in recent years that there's been a decline in the civility during public meetings.
I think that there are a number of people who just believe that anything goes as far as what they can say or how they can behave.
She says this was put on full display when a member of the public yelled an anti-Semitic remark at a Jewish member of the county election board.
I felt that a line had certainly been crossed.
She hopes the discussion brings people together. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
92 degrees in Atlanta. When does it cool off, and when to expect rain and wind from a possible tropical storm? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Update on election 2024. A new poll shows former President Trump leading Vice President Harris in 3 battleground states, including here in Georgia. The New York Times Siena College poll has Trump ahead in Georgia, Arizona, and North Carolina. It shows Trump leading by a margin of 49 to 45% in Georgia, which is similar to the numbers in an Atlanta Journal-Constitution poll released last week. It had Trump ahead 47-44 within the poll's margin of error. 6 UGA students suspended for protesting the war in Gaza on campus earlier this year are now demanding the disciplinary action against them be dropped.
We are here today at the state capitol, the seat of government for the state of Georgia, to remind UGA of its obligations as a state entity to protect free speech under the First Amendment.
Attorney Samantha Hamilton says the students should be allowed to go back to school, and they want a public apology from the university. In a statement, UGA says they support freedom of expression on campus, but it must comply with the law and university policy. Appalachia High School students returned to campus today for the first time since the shooting at their school earlier this month. Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith says it's an important step in the healing process.
On September the 4th, our community was brought to its knees. But what evil did not plan for was the resiliency and the strength that they have.
The phased return to class begins tomorrow. Students will go for half days until full-time hours resume October 14th. A mentally ill man is found guilty in the mass shooting at a Boulder, Colorado grocery store that killed 10 people. Jurors had to decide if Ahmad Alyssa was sane or insane when he opened fire at a King Soopers 3 years ago. They found him guilty on all 10 counts of first-degree murder. A manhunt in Birmingham for a suspect or suspects in a mass shooting over the weekend that left 4 dead and more than a dozen others injured. Mayor Randall Woodfin says there is a reward offered.
From 2 of our partners, you can receive up to $100,000 if you have credible information that leads to one, an arrest, and the other, an actual conviction.
Police described the shooting as a targeted hit by multiple shooters who opened fire outside a popular Alabama night spot. Nearly 200 mostly unvaccinated children died from flu-related complications during the last flu season. It's one of the highest death tolls ever recorded in the U.S. CBS's Jared Hill reports it coincides with a drop in vaccination rates.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends everyone 6 months and older get the annual flu vaccine. But the uptake was down last year. Just 54% of kids got vaccinated.
The Atlanta Opera is moving. Its back-end production and administrative offices will move to the Bobby Jones Golf Course Clubhouse along the Beltline.
It will include a chamber
music recital hall for 200 people. And we will focus on doing small jazz and chamber music, classical music performances there.
Tomer Zavulin, General and Artistic Director of the Atlanta Opera, tells WSB the $45 million project is expected to be completed by the fall of 2027. It is now 5:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather, and triple team traffic begins now with smiling Mark McKay.
Flow over the east, slow down into Swanee on 85 northbound, leaving Sugarloaf Parkway up to the 985 split. Looking good into Buford, nothing more than a tap of the brakes out to Brazelton on I-85, leaving Hamiltonville Road. A little thicker as you leave Spaghetti Junction, headed north on I-85 past Jimmy Carter Boulevard. The police and fire department activity we have been following in Champley is clearing out the two right lanes, 85 south and Shalford Road, but you will be on the brakes if you're heading to Midtown 85, approaching the 400 split. Looks like a morning rush hour rolling out of Lithia Springs on I-20. Veronica Rell, Courier Carrier Traffic Center.
And I bet it feels like it's because of a crash over in the left lane. I-20 eastbound at Riverside Parkway, exit 47. Delays stretch back to before Thornton Road. The other side of the I-20, you're just dealing with volume. I-20 eastbound as you leave the east side perimeter, 285, and head out into Stonecrest. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, staying hot for the rest of this evening. Temperatures slowly cooling to the low 70s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy. A few pop-up storms can't be ruled out. High 93. A cold front moving in on Wednesday, so mostly cloudy with widespread heavy rain and thunderstorms. High 85. Watching for future Hurricane Helene to move in on Thursday afternoon into the evening hours. Thursday's high is 76. Watching for damaging wind gusts and heavy rain east of the metro Atlanta area. Helene will be out of the metro region by Friday, still cloudy and breezy with a high of 77.
It's 91 in Woodstock, 92 in Hampton, and 93 in Sewanee. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Roaches are everywhere and just a part of life here in Georgia. Christina Edwards here for Breda Pest Management, the experts that protect my home from those relentless roaches. Breda protects the outside and inside of your home, and it's the roaches inside you want gone. Got roaches? Better call Breda. Make your home a crunch and squish-free zone. Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters like roaches.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
We weren't planning on selling our home, but our family's needs changed. I'm Caitlin, and selling our home with a guaranteed offer from Marks Bain Real Estate was the best decision we made for our family. With over 11,000 five-star reviews, I had peace of mind knowing I could trust Marks Bain Real Estate to sell our home fast and for more than we were asking. If you're preparing to move, check out Marks Bain Real Estate's guaranteed offer. Go to marksbain.com and see what their guaranteed offer would be on your home. There's no obligation. That's marksbain.com and start packing.
Motorcycle riders are a different breed and they need a different type of attorney. SteelHorseLaw.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
You fell in love with her because she's unlike any other woman in the world. So why settle for an ordinary engagement ring you could find almost anywhere? Well, I know a place where you can design your own custom engagement ring. Terra Fine Jewelry Company. At Terra, the styles and designs are endless, and their expert jewelers make it easy to bring your personally designed engagement ring to life. Your bride-to-be deserves more than a cookie-cutter engagement ring, so explore the vast options of custom design rings at Terra Fine Jewelry Company in Buford, Georgia. Terra Fine Jewelry Company.
I remember that story, Jared. You want to favor us with that story? Or?
No? I would like to keep my job.
So, what a D-bag I am. We haven't done one study, one survey, or one poll. Let's rectify that right now. Greg, you still with us?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Until a poll pops up, and then I'm out.
Then you're gone.
Well, thankfully.
Survey.
He's allergic to polls. He likes the surveys. Loves the studies. Not a fan of the polls.
How about a survey from Talker Research? Is that okay, Greg?
And I think so.
Well, does it have to do with radio? Because that's a talk magazine talkers.
Well, they've expanded. Now
Okay.
they cover everything. They cover a lot of web too.
Good for them.
You know, they
Good for
realize
them.
They
Good for
realize
them.
that there's other
enough,
outlets out
we
there.
don't have enough entities on the web. So thank you for that.
Their headline reads, Corporate America in crisis. 1 in 3 are fed up with their pay in corporate jobs.
Okay. I mean,
is this news? I
I
feel
mean-
like, and that's low. That feels very low. It should be 3.
was that a survey?
This was a survey.
How many people? 1 in 3?
1 in 3. They
That's
say
a lot,
the
though.
big-
I mean,
the biggest
1 in
thing-
3 people you meet in the office is pissed off and they don't want to be there, and
the
they don't think
biggest
they're being paid well enough.
The biggest things were that workers feel unappreciated in the corporate environment.
Oh,
They-
shut
the
up with
poor-
the unappreciated. I am so sick and tired of people and their emotions. I be honest with you. Leave emotions for where emotions should be. Your family, your loved ones. Don't look for emotional contacts at work. Usually when that does happen, it means you get fired. So
Well, you know what? The
probably-
appreciation, the way corporations can show their appreciation is to pay people well, because otherwise it becomes, let's celebrate our work
Yeah.
and let's have a slideshow and you can look at this thing, this project that this person worked on and we'll all apply. I don't want that either. It's
It's
appreciation.
a waste of my time.
child
Pay me more. But
games.
here's the problem. Did you vote for that person who promised you that thing that you wanted, even though it was going to make the budget even worse? Well, we all have. So we all deserve this, because the fact of the matter is that pay has gone up, but not as much as inflation.
That's true.
So and I love it. Well, inflation's back down to 2.5%. Yeah, but it doesn't give the other part back. Back when it rose by,
It's still increasing.
It's still increasing. It's just not increasing by as much. It didn't go down to 2%. Your eggs didn't go down to 2%. It's just that they stopped going. So we end up with the legacy of the inflation. And if across the board, I don't know exactly what it is, but I think pay is up 6-7%. But ultimately, in the last couple of years,
What
we've dealt with
industries?
like 11-12% of inflation, all when it's compounded. And so you just can't keep up. But the reason the inflation went up is because you keep voting for people who give you Christmas presents. As long as you're going to do that, enjoy the presents on Christmas Day. But there's they weren't bought with cash; they were bought with credit cards at a very high interest rate, and you're going to have to deal with
We're
that.
paying the price.
Within 6 months or so. You have to deal with that. That's just
How
the way
about
that it is.
On New Year's Day, you end up getting the bill for all those Christmas
Yes,
gifts.
Yes, exactly. Like Autumn, she wanted her kids to shut up, so she just pulled out the credit card, bought an iPad and a Meta Quest.
VR headsets.
Just shut the hell up. Can I get
That's
2
a good
minutes
investment.
apiece?
I think that's a good investment if it keeps them quiet.
You
I'll
kids.
spend
There
thousands.
are times when they've been on their iPads and it's just been too long, and
Yeah.
you're like, all right, get off your iPads, let's go and do that. And then they're so annoying.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, why did I get them off their iPads? It was
Just
peaceful.
let them. Hey, it's their life, right? They're the ones that have to deal with if they end up being just iPad dummies. Well, who cares? I don't know.
I don't know.
I respond to visual imagery.
That's right. I can't pick yes or no.
Big Google creativity.
Hey, Mom, it turns out by the definition, I'm creative.
The other thing with this survey here, that workers complain about, you're going to love this one, Eric. Poor work-life balance and
Oh, no, baby, we don't say that anymore because I identified. What the kids want is work-scroll balance. It's not work-life balance. Like, my employer doesn't understand how much playing video games is a part of who I am. Are you asking me to lose my identity?
It would be cool to have a video game room in the newsroom.
No, it
there.
wouldn't. No, it would not be cool.
Come on, George, we played a little NCAA before.
First of all, you've got 5,000 of them on your phone. Why do you need something in the workplace?
No, the games on the phone aren't good. They've all become pay to play, microtransactions.
You are right, Greg. You are right about that. It's
It used to be a time you spent $5 for the game and you could play the game, and then the game was the game. But now it's like,
called
the
the
game's
essification. I can't say it, but it's called
Yeah.
the essification of apps.
Freemium,
That everything that started out as interesting and kind of useful and good, now you have to pay to get anything good out of it.
Well, here's the thing: is also you pay and then you're still inundated with stuff.
Yes, yeah.
I'm still amazed that people we watch these Thursday night football games on Amazon or watch them on Peacock. Is like, well, I'm paying for the tier on Amazon where I don't have to have commercials, but nobody thinks like, oh no, you're gonna pay and then we're gonna have this thing and then we wouldn't have spent $90 billion on the NFL package, Eric, if we couldn't make money on advertising. You understand? But it's just kind of interesting the way nobody complains about that. It's just like, oh, yeah, well, it's an NFL game. They have to. Of course.
Yeah, it's live sports. They need some breaks.
It's live
Those
sports.
NFL players, that they play 60 minutes on the clock. The Ball's in play 11 to 13 minutes. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
They need breaks.
Wouldn't it be great if as it went to streaming, they had no commercials, and they just had to keep playing unless the timeouts were the only stoppage.
That would be great. Soccer's like that.
Game be over in an hour and a half.
Soccer does that.
Maybe they should go to like the running clock the whole time, like soccer does. You know what I mean? Like,
the clock can still stop. I think if like an incomplete pass can still stop the clock, but you don't go to commercial break. After a touchdown, you don't go to commercial break. It's like, all right, line up.
Given the amount of money that the NFL is making, I'm guessing they're probably going to stick with this way of doing things, because people don't care. They'll just put up with anything for the NFL. So,
well, with Amazon now, they put the QR code up, and you don't even have to. You can keep the game on the screen. You use your phone, click the QR code, and you can buy the thing directly on Amazon while you're watching.
That's so easy.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is when you get to this freemium thing, nothing is ever totally paid for anymore. There's always some other thing you can get. Well, I just it's funny. Like, this is kind of a weird thing. So remember we were talking about like that John Lennon Mind Games. They did a version that cost like $1,300, and it was called the Ultimate thing, and it really was kind of impressive, and it had everything, all the remixes, everything on albums and CD. This was supposed to be everything that you could get, and some fools went out and paid like $1,300 for a dodgy album at best, not even a really good rock and roll album necessarily. And then like 2 months later, they released a different package, some kind of like meditation thing linked up with Calm. And so it's like every song is like a meditation thing through the Calm app. And then they released a double album with it. It's like, so you were just told like 4 months ago, hey, if you pay this $1,300, you're going to get everything out of this new bunch of mixes there. Then just like 3 or 4 months later, they're like, nah, here's this other product. We didn't put it in there. There's always something else. Always. Try to check out of a Best Buy. Well, you want this? No, I want the things that are, here's a good hit. If it's in my hand or my basket, that's what I want. That's what I chose.
Yeah, but we've got this accessory, Eric, that comes with insurance.
Insurance.
It would be great.
Nothing is ever enough, because I believe that we are living in late stage capitalism where the snake begins to eat its own tail. There's just not that much. Profit isn't even profit anymore. It's never enough. That's why you're constantly bombarded with nothing but ads. Thank goodness that doesn't happen here. WSB. Smiling Mark says 285 is slow in Sandy Springs.
Flying over the lanes of the Skycopter high above the 400 to 285 interchange the King and Queen buildings. That's for the worst of it getting out of Sandy Springs. We have more delays as you approach the Chattahoochee River heading to the Battery and Truist Park. West side perimeter, you're on the brakes from Southcott Drive exit 15 to I-20. The West Freeway is not good inbound out of Lithia Springs. Traffic number rush spotted that crash we were talking about on the left lane. That DOT hero unit got to it. Held all lanes to get it off to the right. I-20 eastbound at Riverside Parkway, exit 46. Just watched the downtown, midtown Atlanta closure of the connector temporarily. Andrew Seco, Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
That we did. We had a center lane stall heading south on the connector right when he hit 17th Street. That's exit 251. We did just watch it clear to the right shoulder. Those delays thinning out nicely, but it's still tough either direction. 75, 85 north and south. Northbound, you're riding those brakes from Langford Parkway towards Freedom Parkway. On the southbound side, your trouble start just south of 400, and you are slowing and going all the way down to I-20. This is sponsored by Terminix. When pests invade your space, you need them out fast, and you need to keep them out. Don't live with a pest problem. Terminix it. For your free inspection, visit Terminix.com today. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
On air,
online,
on the app,
where you get your news,
is where you'll win.
Download the WSB radio app now and maybe win $1,000.
Yo, I just won $1,000 from WSB.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz.
5 words, 5 times a day, every weekday.
Thank you, Jesus. What's that?
Just enter the word at WSBradio.com or on the WSB radio app.
First chance to win is tomorrow at 8.
The WSB 5K a day bonus blitz
On 95.5 WSB.
For nearly 50 years, Shane Company has been Atlanta's most trusted family jeweler. We'll help you create your dream engagement ring. Shane Company has the biggest selection of diamonds in all shapes and sizes, and center stones in an array of colors, including sapphires in blue, pink, green, lavender, and more. Just the other day, a couple created a truly unique ring by choosing a blue sapphire that matched her eyes. Atlanta, come check us out. You just might fall in love with something unexpected. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Metallica in the round. Full speed or nothing. The M72 World Tour continues. Live from the 50-yard line of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. One night only. June 3rd. Metallica. Special guests, those Cowboys from Hell, Pantera. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? And Suicidal Tendencies. Get access to tickets first with your City Card. Free sale for City Card members begins Tuesday, September 24th at 10 a.m. through Thursday, September 26th at 10 p.m. Before the general public on sale Friday, September 27th at 10 a.m. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com. The M72 World Tour continues. Presented by In Kind.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
It's Eric. I don't know about y'all, but life happens in our kitchen. It's where we have our memories, our family time, our laughs. Well, you don't want a lot of downtime, but you may want to renovate your kitchen. You want one of those $1 million kitchen looks and get it at the fraction of the cost with Frugal Kitchens. They know that you've got plans for your kitchen, and they want to help you. And here's why I love them. They can have you cooking in 5 days from the start of construction and get you 18 months, no interest financing. FrugalKitchens.com. That's where you want to check them out. FrugalKitchens.com.
My wife and I both, we ended up mildly sick for a few months, and the nasal congestion was probably the worst part. I had like a post-nasal drip, just super congested all the time. We were taking everything we possibly could, but nothing really worked.
Kyrie was miserable until a friend recommended Navage. Navage offers immediate drug-free congestion relief, flushing your nasal passages with refreshing saline and sucking out mucus, germs, and other airborne irritants. Don't live in misery this cold season. Use Navage so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and feel your best right away.
The biggest thing Navage has done has completely cleaned out my nasal passages. It was from the first use. I was able to just clear out anything that was stopping me from breathing correctly. Navage helps me clear the way, literally clear the way, for me to operate better in the rest of my life.
Experience the Navage difference yourself. Navage is available at Navage.com or at Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E.
All right. We've done a survey. We have done a study.
We've not done a study.
Not done a study. What did we do? 2 surveys or just one survey?
Just one survey.
Is that all we've done?
That's all
this
we've
is all
done.
we've served up is one survey?
That's right. Well, Greg did want a poll.
Yeah.
And he was
He's allergic to polls.
He was wishy-washy about the study, but I do have a study next.
Okay.
This one's important here because I know a lot of people have been waiting for this one.
Don't tell me what's important. I'll make that decision. Thank you.
A Chinese study published in the Personality and Individual...
Don't trust it!
Individual Differences Journal found that men
What a weird journal.
are more willing...
Wait, what's the name of the journal again?
It's the Personality and Individual Differences Journal.
Yeah, I've got
Is that a Chinese publication?
I don't think so, but
Yeah,
it's...
maybe,
it,
yeah,
hold
it
on.
sounds translated.
Why don't you ask me? I've got a yearly subscription. The answer is it's a Chinese study that is being published in this English.
Well, they have found, regardless of its
magazine,
they have found that men are more willing to be lured into danger by women with a high-pitched voice.
Well, that kind of
Wait,
makes...
I think that makes total sense. Is that so strange? Do we need a study for that?
A high-pitched voice. Well, first of all, I want to say this is why I'm always, sticking up for Jared Yamamoto, because I feel like that high-pitched voice of his, he needs somebody to stand in.
That's right. I need somebody to look out for me.
You're a high-pitched woman in my life.
There's at least a false sense of security, because if I'm going into a situation where I think, I don't know about this, but you hear that high-pitched voice, you think, well, if it goes sideways, I can at least take that person down.
No. I think what he's saying is you're more likely to step in and put yourself in danger to protect.
No.
No, it said lured into, I thought.
Lure into it, yeah. So, like, it's more
So
like...
come down this alley with me.
Yeah.
There's riches and sex down here for you.
Yeah.
Well, see, I feel like a high-pitched voice sounds like it's in danger. See, hold on.
No. This is someone like a chick who sounds like, guys, hi.
Yeah.
Hi, do you want to come with me? Yeah, come down here with me. I have a puppy in my van.
And the next thing you know, you're somebody's wearing
like,
your skin.
Get in
as
the
a
back of the
suit.
van.
Oh. Can you imagine that? I mean, you wouldn't be there, but it'd just be odd that somebody else is wearing your skin as a suit. Am I the only one? That would be a little strange.
No. I mean, have you seen Face Off? It's strange for both of them.
Yes.
When they switch faces. There's an adjustment period.
That's where you find out that John Travolta is a much better actor than Nicolas Cage in that particular movie.
I
Because
love in
Nicolas
that
Cage,
movie-
Nicolas Cage is doing an impression of John Travolta, but John Travolta is actually magnifying the Nicolas Cage character himself. Yeah, Autumn, the part you love.
I love the way that they take off their faces. Like, if you go and watch that scene where it's just the technology, they show you how they take off the face. It's just like by going a laser around the outside of the face, and that's it.
That's
they don't
it.
do any
No.
other explanation.
No.
Like, there might be some blood.
Yeah, there's not like
transfusion, but that's it.
gushing blood. I guess the idea is that when you're lasering it off, you're cauterizing, but there's going to be some blood. Come on.
Nope, this is it. That's all you got to do.
They tell you how
outside.
they tell you how they change their voices. I remember that. It's like Nicolas Cage's face and John Travolta's voice, and then like, hey, put this mic in your larynx. Larynx. What is it? How do you pronounce it?
Larynx.
All right, listen, I'll tell you what. Why don't you two just give each other a telephone call and work this out? And
We'll go to traffic.
Larynx. My larynx.
Your larynx. Smiling Mark flying over the jam on 20 near Six Flags.
Inbound, looking like morning rush hour here as you leave Lithia Springs. That'll start to improve. We see cop police working a crash on the shoulder. Got it out of that left lane on I-20 eastbound Riverside Parkway, exit 46. Heading home to Douglasville, you will see the delays through Lithia Springs past a big rig on the right shoulder here, 20 westbound before Thornton Road, exit 44. Keeping watch on I-20 in the work zone, DeKalb County. Veronica Ralph.
And it's a slow ride. I-20 eastbound, leaving the east side perimeter, 285, making your way out to the city of Stonecrest. You are stopping and going to get just past Panola Road. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit reliableair.com and schedule a free consultation. Triple T in traffic, 95.5 WSB.
If you have a leaning brick porch, an uneven concrete driveway, a pool deck covered in cracks, or an uneven sidewalk you could trip over, you should get AquaGuard to come out and help you. Schedule a free visit today at aquaguard.net. Remember, AquaGuard.
At City of Hope, we are driven to stop lung cancer, to respond to its every change, its every mutation with a new treatment approach, to meet the most complex cases with the latest innovations, to analyze cancer down to its DNA, then fight it with the newest surgical, radiation, and immunotherapies, to never give up, so you can be driven by hope. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
When it comes to defending down bikers' rights, trust is everything and results matter. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler for Steel Horse Law, local motorcycle injury attorneys who ride. They specialize in protecting bikers who've been hurt. The mega firms will send an investigator or a paralegal, not a lawyer. With Steel Horse Law, you'll meet directly with your own attorney to get you back on your feet, medical bills paid, back to work, and your case resolved. Schedule your free accident evaluation at steelhorselaw.com.
For over 16 years, Matt's Exteriors has transformed homes across Atlanta. Whether you need a new roof, beautiful siding, or energy-efficient windows, our team delivers top-quality results that you can trust. As a James Hardie and GAF Elite Preferred contractor, they install only the best products with industry-leading warranties. Matt's Exteriors is fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Discover why over 10,000 homeowners have chosen them for their home exterior projects. Visit mattsexteriors.com today to book your free consultation.
I'm Kamala Harris. Here's a few things I believe. Middle-class families, like the one I grew up in, they want common sense solutions. You want lower prices and lower taxes. I believe you want to just not get by, but you want to get ahead. We must create an opportunity economy where everyone has a chance to get a car loan, buy a home, start a business. And I believe we can make that happen.
Kamala Harris's plan? Bring down costs by cracking down on corporate price gougers. Make homeownership more affordable for families. A middle-class tax cut for 100 million Americans. And make sure billionaires and big corporations pay their fair share so you can keep more of the money you've earned.
Instead of being focused on the politics of the past, we need to be thinking about the future and how we make it better for families like yours. I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.
Oh no! The garage door spring broke.
Never fear. Balanced Garage Door fixes broken springs fast. And we offer same-day service. And best of all, Balanced Garage never, ever, ever charges for a service call. Go to balancedgaragedoors.com. That's balancedgaragedoors.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top local story, Phase 1 of Appalachia High School's return to class. It is a gradual reopening process nearly 3 weeks after the shooting that left 4 people dead.
Barrow County Sheriff Judd Smith says today's open houses mark the first face-to-face for many teachers and students and the return of some officers since the deadly shooting.
But what evil did not plan for was the resiliency and the strength that they have.
The hallway where the shooting occurred will remain closed for the rest of the school year with those classes moved off campus. Appalachia students next return for half days, then after fall break they'll return full time. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
A local car club is raising thousands to help victims of the Appalachia High School shooting.
Derek Stidham with Pharaoh's Car Club of Georgia says they were expecting maybe 100, 200 people to support the school shooting victims. Instead, they had more than 750 cars taking part.
We had places from people from Michigan and Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Florida. The farthest donation that we got was from Japan.
He says in the end they raised some $40,000, and he says there were even smaller car shows that made even more money. He says this shows there is a lot of good in the world. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
91 degrees in Atlanta. How much longer do we have to endure this heat, and what to watch for in the Gulf of Mexico this week? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. UGA students arrested for protesting the war in Gaza on campus earlier this year are now demanding the disciplinary action against them be dropped.
The 6 students want a public apology from the university and the right to return to campus. Oscar Mahmoud, executive director of the Georgia chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations, says,
as a result of trumped-up accusations of violence and this McCarthyistic witch hunt, students' lives have been left in limbo, resulting in great personal and economic harm.
In a statement, the university says they support freedom of expression on campus, but that it must comply with the law and university policy. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Israeli airstrikes today kill more than 270 Lebanese in the deadliest barrage since the 2006 Israel-Hezbollah war. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu makes a plea to the people of Lebanon.
Take this warning seriously. Don't let Hezbollah endanger your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Don't let Hezbollah endanger Lebanon. Please, get out of harm's way now.
The Israeli military is warning residents in southern and eastern Lebanon to evacuate their homes as Israel widens its air campaign against Hezbollah. With so much nastiness right now in politics, there's a call for civility. Cobb County Commission Chair Lisa Cupid is part of a gathering tonight focusing on the First Amendment and civility.
At least for the time that I've been elected, I've seen a marked decline in the civility in our meeting spaces.
She says after hearing a recent recent anti-Semitic remark directed at a member of the county election board. She felt this forum was necessary. The heartbroken mom of a man killed by an off-duty cop last month wants answers and action from the city of Atlanta.
Valerie Anderson asks Atlanta City Council's Public Safety Committee why Melvin Potter, the Atlanta policeman who fatally shot her son Devon outside a bar, got to keep his job after a DUI conviction 2 years ago.
If the APD had did that job, my son would be alive today.
She wants him fired and charged with murder. An Atlanta police deputy chief tells the grieving mother,
just to address the family of Mr. Anderson, we have fully cooperated, the Atlanta Police Department, with the GBI's investigation. Officer Potter remains relieved of duty.
The GBI says its investigation is ongoing. Veronica Waters, 95.5 WSB.
8 Metro Atlanta schools are named 2024 Blue Ribbon Schools by the U.S. Department of Education. 5 of the schools are in Gwinnett County. It is now 6:04, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, triple team traffic, and here's smiling Mark McKay.
Downtown Atlanta is where we are, Bill, over Georgia State Center Park Stadium, and watching the slow traffic headed north to Midtown. It's not jammed up, but you will have a few extra minutes on your commute as you head northbound. A little thicker on the southbound side as I see that crowd really build at 17th Street, trying to get to where we are, adjacent to Grady Hospital in the I-20 region. The 285 story, the worst of it really is going to be out of Doraville, trying to get up I-85 way. For the look at I-85 through DeKalb, Gwinnett, beyond, it's Andrew Seco, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
Well, right now seeing the worst of it merging north from the perimeter, 285 east and west, merging to 85 northbound. You are riding those brakes, slowing and going from Pleasantdale Road all the way up to Beaver Ruin Road. Elsewhere, looking at trouble out in Brazelton, left lane crash here 85 north at Winder Highway. This exit 129. You are slowing and going as you are passing through this stretch of Jackson County. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, staying hot for the rest of this evening. Temperatures slowly cooling to the low 70s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy. A few pop-up storms can't be ruled out. High 93. A cold front moving in on Wednesday, so mostly cloudy with widespread heavy rain and thunderstorms. High 85. Watching for future Hurricane Helene to move in on Thursday afternoon into the evening hours. Thursday's high is 76. Watching for damaging wind gusts and heavy rain east of the metro Atlanta area. Helene will be out of the metro region by Friday, still cloudy and breezy with a high of 77.
It's 92 in Tucker, 91 in Fairburn, 89 in Canton. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now with another hearty congratulations, this time to Eddie Frost, great name. Eddie Frost of Woodstock. Won the $1,000 in the WSB 5K a day bonus blitz deal.
Hell yeah.
There. So, congrats.
He understood sleep, Autumn. He understood.
Yeah, he got it.
Hey, I understand it.
Yeah.
You're like, watch what these
She
words.
was just questioning who was choosing the words. She feels as if they started out as real positive kind of words, and then now they're like
sand, party,
now they're kind of
bonus.
bummer. Death. No, that's not. That's not. That's not.
Sickness.
The password.
Plague.
The password is murder.
Ooh, it's a clue.
No, it's not a clue for anything. No.
Oh.
It was just a silly commentary.
Scared me with what you're about to say there.
Speaking of silly, no,
I don't know. You've inspired me. You've got me thinking now. Murder, death.
Yeah.
It's all planted in my brain thanks to you.
Well, I want, because you need to be, it's healthy that you reject these ideas. They must first be introduced before they can be rejected. So don't call it victory just because they've been introduced. Now you have to rationalize as to why you would not commit these acts. But that being said, I think we have to rectify more silliness because since we haven't done this, let's do this.
Word of the day.
Mellifluous.
Mellifluous. I believe this is the latest in the program that we've introduced our word of the day. This is it's not the contest. This is something we do every day. Word
Mellifluous.
And now I have to use that word in a sentence before 7. It is mellifluous is something that people may know. It's not, every one of these words isn't going to be the oddest word of all time. Mellifluous, yielding or producing honey. It's an adjective.
So a bee?
Well, does the bee produce the honey?
I thought it did, yeah.
It's their spit.
Is it there? Well, whatever. You need the flowers. I believe the flowers would be considered mellifluous. But we'll find out And
Producing honey?
The bee produces the honey, but they need the ingredients from the flower.
It says
but it's the bee itself.
But I know, but the flowers are considered melliferous. I know that because of the sentences, the example sentences that are given in dictionary.com. One is, a patch of melliferous flowers in Clint's backyard seemed to attract every bee in the country.
Mellifluous.
Thank you.
So a bee
I
is
like being right. It just shuts everybody up.
So a bee is basically like the baker then. It just kind of
Look,
takes
here,
the
it's right
ingredients
here.
and makes it.
I've got it right here. So again, you said it means producing honey.
Yeah.
It doesn't just apply to bees and their hives. It also applies to the plants that produce the substances collected by bees.
I think everything in the honey ecosystem would be considered melliferous.
Okay.
I believe. Autumn, any more objections from your side of the building?
I'm looking at adjectives mellifluous, and I'm seeing having
I've already found
an
it, Autumn.
unhealthful
You've moved
effect.
on.
Having a hopeful effect.
Unhealthful.
That's an archaic use of the word.
Ah.
Tell her, Greg.
I saw that one too, but it said archaic. Not used
Oh,
anymore.
I see that now. Okay.
Slam.
Bang!
So
wow.
archaic.
I got
So-
got.
You got.
Ooh.
You certainly got. All right, so now about 40. I usually have 4 hours to do this, but now I have to do it within this hour.
Pressure's on, otherwise
To
you
bring it
implode
in.
or explode.
I've already got it. The bees were melliferous. The end. There's your sentence.
Here's my sentence. I'm not so sure that I agree with Autumn's definition of the word melliferous.
Oh,
thank you.
Done.
Very good.
Finished.
You did it.
Thank
Mellifluous.
you. That was
Mellifluous.
cheating. That was cheating, but it's my show. All right, let's do this.
It's your and it's your game. You made it up.
Yes,
so how
darn.
could-
Whoa,
Andy
stop
needs a good
everything. I'm confused. Yes, Autumn, you were saying?
Sorry, I was saying that it's your game, so you can make and break any rule you want.
That is correct. So
I'm
never.
so sorry I interrupted the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
so rude.
Who's
You've
next?
never heard me say shut up like that before.
You can
Talking
apologize.
over my intro.
You can apologize all you want, but my guess is it's going to land on deaf ears. Let's do this.
He's a misanthrope. He has a dark heart, and he needs a good psychiatrist. It's Greg Russ with stories from Studio B1.
By the way, don't get sucked in, Greg. Don't be sucked into Autumn's melliferous honey trap.
Never.
All right. Greg Russ been with us for a couple hours because we started out sans both Tim and Autumn. Autumn joined us at the end of the 4 o'clock hour. Greg's been nice enough to be with us since the 4 o'clock hour, but he was scheduled to be here for this segment.
For those playing along at home with their scorebooks.
Yes, and we will talk about the Falcons a little bit, but I'm afraid if we start now doing
Chumps.
that, we'll never
How
get.
dare you.
We'll never get to any actual stories from Studio B1. And you know what, Greg? I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to become a better host on a daily. And it's difficult. It's difficult for me to raise my game. Where do I go up here on Everest where it's already difficult because the air is so thin? Well, one thing
You got
I
to
can
move to different planets and go to Olympus Mons on Mars.
Well, I was thinking one thing I could do is starting to follow through. When I say we're going to do a segment, we actually do it. So
I was telling you how you go higher.
to Mars.
But sure. Yeah, go
Is
to
Mars one of your stories?
No, it's not. Though I was reading that Elon Musk said anyone can go to Mars, and he compared it to like a ship voyage from the 1400s.
You see, Trump promised at some rally that if he's president, he wants to have people on Mars before the end of his term.
Oh, boy.
Dead people.
Hey, even Kennedy knew better. He said he gave, 8 years?
The
10 years?
Yeah, we're not going to start. I don't think we're not going to have people on.
Well, you know what? Actually, I
It's
think
an absurdity.
There-
Well,
there
he
are
didn't
some
say whether they'd
benefits.
be alive.
Yeah, he didn't say they'd be alive.
There are some benefits here to this. Number one, now that Space Force is actually establishing itself and getting some
Yeah, what are they going to do?
involvement,
Transport us to Mars?
they'll be the ones that'll
We have
protect
not
the
one
ship.
ship in space. You can talk all you want about your stupid, silly Space Force. Where's the space plane? Where are they?
The
Just
fighters, the space fighters.
So it's the stuff that the Air Force was always doing. Now we have a different room in the Air Force.
I just think
it says Space Force.
But think about it from a. I think about it from a
Space Force is when, like, what's that Palpatine or whatever his name is in Star Wars, the ridiculous
Palpatine?
guy. Yeah, the guy who came back who was already dead for some reason or whatever. And at the end, nobody knows where they came from. All those ships just come out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
And they're ready. That's a Space Force.
All right. Yeah.
That's a space force.
That's a force.
In space. Well, what else is a space force? You got a force in space.
But don't you think, though, from just a simpler standpoint, wouldn't it be nice for
What is gravity but a space force? It's a force in space.
Wouldn't it be nice, though, for the Air Force to have a natural rival in just college sports? Wouldn't that be nice? So that way they have this.
There's still this is
You
a
got
this
Army
is,
Navy on
This
one
is a
side.
BS thing. It is the Air Force. They're just carving off one part of it and calling it the Space Force. It's not a whole new thing. Where's the building?
Space Force.
Where's the
Can you
building?
join the Space Force right now?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Can you join the Space Force?
I believe you can. It's
And what do they teach you? What are they doing?
They teach you how to think about going to Mars
Well, okay.
and to properly think about it.
Space Force does have an area of the Pentagon, just
Yes.
like the Army, Navy,
An
and
area.
Marine.
An area, but
It
there's-
was a storage
The janitor.
area?
The janitor has a part of the Pentagon.
I think.
Hey, while you're in there learning about the Space Force, grab that mop
Yeah.
and bucket.
Hey, I believe it's a technicality. I think that the Air Force used to take care of these things, and now they just carved that part out of the Air Force. But I think that they're still basically under the. Do they have their own song?
Yeah, they absolutely do. We played Space
We
Force.
are the Space Force. You better
la,
get
la, la.
on out of our way. I went all Southern rock with it. I don't know why. We are the Space Force.
Let's see if I can
Better
find
get
it.
up on out of our way.
Here it is. It's
Look,
called,
they've
Get up
got-
on it.
it's called Semper,
Yeah, they-
Semper Supra, guys. Listen to this.
No words.
This before, I remember.
Oh.
It sounds like Kim Jong Il.
Yes, it
Yeah.
could be. It could be the
North
national.
Korea.
Stop. It could be the national anthem of any country in the world except for this one.
Hold it
I mean,
on.
if I told you this is, it's the. Wait, get ready to hit it. It's the national anthem of Poland. Well, it doesn't even sound to me like they're speaking English.
Beyond the
Beyond the
Moon.
Blue. We'll plant that flag on every planet and we'll go to war with them. Start a war with Mars.
Hell yeah.
You know what?
One day.
I am sick and tired of Martian arrogance.
That's what will unify Earth. Once we finally do settle Mars, then
Yes.
the two planets can hate each other.
Yep. Yeah, you know, it's here's the problem. Here's the problem with Mars is that well, there's nobody up there now. We got to put people up there so that we can have a problem with them, so that we can go to war with them, because this is really what we need. You're right, Greg. We gotta. This is almost like a mini version of the Dune story. We have to put people on Mars just so that we can hate them at one point.
Yeah.
And then go to war with Mars.
They're going to want to break away from us.
and that
eventually.
will unify
Earth
together as one fighting force under this great anthem.
I just Googled who wrote it.
Who was it? Usher?
It's this guy, this airman. And he wrote some songs for some country star, Trisha Yearwood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Luke Bryan. But if you Google him, he looks kind of like not the guy that wrote this.
How hard is it to write these kind of anthems?
Well, do you want to hear the words?
Well, hold on. We got to get you're on deck with the words.
All right.
We have to go to Smiling Mark. Looking for trouble. He's looking for trouble, people.
right.
I think he's in one of his moods on 85 in Norcross.
We're always on the lookout for trouble, and we're going to head to it. We see the slowing in front of us here at Spaghetti Junction, where I-85 meets 285. Quite the crowd trying to get out of the Chambly-Doraville area through Norcross, past a crash that's supposed to be on the right shoulder. We'll confirm that momentarily. 85 northbound, Indian Trail Road, exit 101. Get past that, you really will be off to the races up to Duluth, Beaufort, and Lawrenceville. 475 by 75 look good to the northern suburbs. Let's see if we're finally getting a break on what's been a troublesome I-20 ride. Veronica Rell, Courier Carrier Traffic Center.
Yes, we are I-20 eastbound now, just on and off the brakes, leaving Dorton Road, headed over to the west side of 285, and also just sluggish
sluggish I-20 westbound as you pass Thornton Road and get over into Lithia Springs. And then over on the East Freeway, the same slow stuff. I-20 eastbound leaving 285 and headed over past Panola Road. This report brought to you by Affordable Dentures and Implants. Get your smile back. Affordable Dentures and Implants in the Atlanta area. Make new smiles affordable every day. Call 1-800-DENTURE for the location near you. Affordable Dentures and Implants. Go ahead and smile. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
It pays to have the WSB radio app. Download it today and get ready for the Blitz.
The WSB 5K Day Bonus Blitz. 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000.
Your next chance to win is tomorrow at 8, 10, 12, 2, and 5. It's a Blitz.
The WSB 5K Day Bonus Blitz.
From 95.5 WSB.
Download the WSB radio app now. Do you think you need to renovate your kitchen, but you're worried about the costs? Well, Frugal Kitchens can help you get $1 million looking kitchen for a fraction of the cost and 18 months, no interest financing available. The best part, they can get you back up and cooking in 5 days from the start of construction. Life happens in your kitchen. That's where you build so many memories. If you're like Christy and me, that's why we use Frugal Kitchens, and you can too. FrugalKitchens.com is the website. Go check them out. Don't forget 18 months, no interest financing available. FrugalKitchens.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I vividly remember going to my grandparents' house when I was a kid, and my grandmother literally doubling over in pain because of her arthritis. Her hands, her elbows, she was just in so much pain. I felt so bad for her. I really wish QC Kinetics was around back in the day to help out my grandmother, because they are key when it comes to arthritic pain. Arthritic pain in your knees, hips, back, shoulder. I want you to check out QC Kinetics and the amazing revolutionary treatments they have. Tens of thousands of satisfied patients, and the consultation totally free. You can enhance your joints, improve mobility, and get back to doing the stuff you love without pain, without drugs or surgery or downtime. I would have sent my grandmother straight to QC Kinetics. I'm going to send you straight there. Call now. Take action to get long-lasting joint pain relief with the help of QC Kinetics. 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026, 770-285-8026.
Don't let a cold, sinus infection, or allergies ruin your day. Breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier with Navage. Visit Navage.com, Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, or a store near you.
Overhead Door Company of Atlanta is hiring residential garage door technicians and installers. You can earn a hiring bonus up to $2,500. Apply today at overheaddooratlanta.com. Overheaddooratlanta.com.
Before you tell us the words to the Space Force anthem, it just hit me. Doesn't it sound like Go Tell It on the Mountain?
A little bit.
Serious.
Oh, tell it on the mountain.
We don't know the words after Go Tell It on the Mountain.
No, I just think that
They made their point.
It's like a Christmas song. It's just easy to write these songs. Like, and we'll march, and then when we're done marching, we'll kill you all. So don't mess with us, 'cause we're the best. We're the Space Force. Space Force.
If you're still curious about their structure, they are a distinct branch of the armed services, but they're organized under the Department of the Air Force.
That's what I
Very
thought.
similar to the Marine Corps being under the Department of the Navy.
Yes, that's well. I mean, the Marine Corps though they've proven themselves over the years. Space Force, come on,
they got their chance.
They're getting laughed at the Academy. Yeah, they may prove
For now,
themselves.
until they have until they have an Enterprise ship and lasers.
Yeah, once they win the first space war for the American people, then they'll get the respect.
Well, China has a Space Force too. We're one of two countries.
This is our latest technology for the Space Force. Yeah. China,
Except they wouldn't make that noise in space because there's sound can't travel.
Well,
and what are they training for?
Huh?
What are they doing? How do you join the Space Force? And what do you do?
Right now, it's mostly about being prepared for the future. We know that things like that are coming. So you're trying to get us ready for a future that isn't here yet. I think that's what you're working on.
Well, you're watching China's Space Force and seeing what they do.
Yeah.
And
Let's
you want to
counter
sabotage
that.
them. Yeah. You want to
counter that. I think the first thing we need to do is we need to get nukes in space immediately. It's not
Ooh,
enough.
good idea.
They're not scary enough just all here on the ground. I think we need that world we live in, knowing that thousands of nukes are just hanging
Floating
out,
around.
just floating.
It's like a lighting grid in a theater, except it's a bunch of nukes.
Yeah, just
hanging
kind
out.
of. No, don't worry about it, kids. It'll mostly burn up in the atmosphere.
That'd be okay.
Don't worry about it. You know, when you hear about all these satellites that are up there now with Elon Musk, and then it's not just Elon Musk, but Starlink has a lot, thousands. I think there's like 2,000 satellites up there or whatever. And at first, you okay there?
Yeah, sorry, I'm falling apart.
It's all right.
Shush up, okay?
Sorry. Sorry, Joe.
All those satellites. And you'd think, like, because of the planet, and I'm trying in my mind, it's like, but I think about the ocean that's on the planet. So if I told you that there are 2,000 satellites scattered about in all of the world's oceans, still, if you were on any of these oceans, the chances of bumping into one is just really, really remote. And so they've got that 360-degree depth of space, and I don't know what is the mileage up for satellites. There must be an area, between this many miles and this many miles up is where all the satellites are going to be.
Yeah, there's a big range from 80 to 1,200 miles.
80 to 1,000?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a lot. But I mean, I don't know how to picture this in my mind. Like, is it something where you could look up and just like, oh my God, it's all littered. We'll be lucky to get the next rocket through. Or is it like I'm thinking in my mind, if there were 2,000 satellites in the world's oceans and you were sailing around,
It's that.
you're still less likely. It's almost.
If you look at one of those maps of just all the junk in space, you would think that there's no way you can get through it. But apparently, you don't even encounter it. Now, there's still a risk that some of it, they track it all, and there's a risk some of it hits the space station and rips a giant hole in it. But
yeah. Although the
keep an
space
eye on
station,
what
I
they
would
can.
imagine, it should be just below or above the satellite line, right? It's got to be just
it
below.
depends.
It's
So
like 70 miles,
There's
right?
3 different orbits for satellites. There's low Earth orbit, LEO,
Yeah, but
medium Earth.
he said anything from 80 miles to 1,000.
Well, yeah, it says 300 kilometers to 35,800.
It's probably the same.
And we all know that is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Translate
same
that
thing.
over. So what, 40,000 miles or 40,000 miles, right?
No.
ISS is 254 miles up.
So is that right there in the middle of it?
Yeah,
that
just-
seems like
Yeah,
a
it would
strange
be in
place
there,
to
yeah.
put it. Why wouldn't you just? It's like when you're in an airplane, you go above the storm, right? Or you go below it. It's like, why would you put the International Space Station right in the middle where if something gets loose from something else, if it's the size of a pea, it's going 2,000 miles. I don't know how fast it's going. It's going very fast.
But
and
still,
it can
it's
destroy
so
an entire
big.
thing.
It's so big. Just think of the Earth and the number of baseballs on the Earth. In
Yes.
my mind, because professional baseball uses the baseball for one pitch. It hits the dirt, then it's done. Where do all these baseballs go?
Yeah.
You would think that there'd be baseballs in your vision constantly.
But
You
they're
go through
not.
so many
There
baseballs.
are
but
not.
aren't.
I think that's going to go down in history as the greatest analogy of all time.
I think about
Satellite
that. It's
placement
such a waste.
and the
It's
number of baseballs.
It's such a waste in the MLB. It's like, and that ball had one pitch, touched the dirt, it's done. Its life
Do they
is
do
over.
stuff with them? Do they give them to
throw
like
them-
little
throw them in
leagues?
the crowd, usually.
I think that I think they do give them to other leagues. Well, I don't know. Do the little leaguers play with Major League because they
No,
are
they
branded
don't.
with Major League Baseball?
You give it to those leagues that have those guys who can't handle the fact that they're never going to be baseball players. They're like 26 and they're still on like a semi-pro team.
Hey, they're making money.
Hey, listen, they're making money. Their parents dreamed that they would make a little more than $42,000 a year. But look, they're living their dream, and I think you'd all agree that's the important thing. So
They're sent to minor league teams, or used for batting practice, or given to fans, and they're
Right.
discarded.
And then after that, landfills. like everything else.
Google AI predicts that 900,000 baseballs are used in a season.
Just in Major League Baseball?
That's what it says here.
What a waste. Wait until Greta finds out about this. Smiley Mark found the trouble in Norcross.
Sure did. It's a crash, and hero unit protecting it on the right shoulder, Eric, until police get there. 85 North, right at the Indian Trail Road exit 101. That's why it's slow back into the I-285 interchange there in DeKalb County, and you're on the brakes in those right lanes, leaving Doraville 285 East, trying to get onto that I-85 northbound ramp. Got you update downtown, midtown Atlanta, thanks to Androsico.
Well, right now, looks like the volume heading north on the connector has dissipated a lot through these afternoon hours. We are looking a lot smoother as you're heading north. You do have a little bit of brake lights from I-20 up to Freedom Parkway, but it is a short-lived delay spot here. The real trouble is heading south. Those delays start just south of 400 on 85 South, and you are on and off that brake pedal all the way back down to I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system and pay nothing until 2025. Visit ReliableAir.com. Schedule a free consultation. Triple Team Traffic 95.5 WSB.
Welcome to the Financial Symphony High Note of the Week. Here's your host and founder of the Lloyd Advisory Group, Mark Lloyd.
I have educational, workshops and informational events all the time where we're sitting there, and I asked the folks out in the audience, I said, help me out here. Give me the 5 major concerns right now as you are getting ready to retire. And I get the 5 same answers all the time. I'm worried about inflation. I'm worried about running out of money. I'm worried about what taxes are going to be in the future. I'm worried about future healthcare costs. I'm worried about losing what I have in the stock market. I'm worried about a correction or a crash. And it's the same answers every time, Melissa. And this is where the Beatlemania boomers are concerned, because you know what? 10 years, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, if that happened, there was time on their side.
Yeah.
And now it's a reality check. And it's more reason why people have got to make sure that they have a plan in place to be able to weather the storms. And folks, there's more storms coming.
The phone number is 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Call today to get your retirement started on a high note. 770-766-5611.
Lloyd Advisory Services, LLC, Lloyd Advisory Group, a federally registered investment advisor under the Investment Advisors Act of 1940. Registration as an investment advisor does not imply a certain level of skill or training. Insurance products and services are offered through the Lloyd Advisory Group. Lloyd Advisory Services, LLC, and the Lloyd Advisory Group are affiliated but separate entities. The oral and written communications of an advisor provide you with information about which you determine to hire or retain an advisor. Lloyd Advisory Group, Form ADV Part 2A and 2B, can be obtained by visiting advisorinfo.sec.gov and search for our firm name. Neither the information nor any opinion expressed is to be construed as solicitation to buy or sell a security of personalized investment, tax, or legal advice.
If you have a leaning brick porch, an uneven concrete driveway, a pool deck covered in cracks, or an uneven sidewalk you could trip over, you should get AquaGuard to come out and help you. Schedule a free visit today at aquaguard.net. Remember, AquaGuard.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top story, a new breakdown of crime numbers in the U.S., and Atlanta does better than the rest of the nation. CBS's Matt Piper says the FBI report shows a decline in violent crimes last year.
Crime overall fell in the U.S. in 2023 compared to the year prior. That from FBI statistics showing it declined 3%. With murders and non-negligent manslaughter dropping about 12%. Rape, according to the report, also saw quite a drop at about 9.4%. The FBI's annual report is based on data submitted by law enforcement agencies around the country.
Atlanta police report homicides dropped 21% in 2023. Rapes fell more than 50%, and aggravated assaults fell 16%. It is 92 degrees in Atlanta. How long does the summer-like heat stick around? And what to expect from a potential tropical system in the Gulf later this week. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. As the election rhetoric heats up, there's a discussion in Cobb County tonight on civility and the First Amendment.
The Civility Forum with members of the First Amendment Foundation was organized by Cobb Commission Chair Lisa Cupid, who feels there's a problem that has to be addressed.
At least for the time that I've been elected, I've seen a marked decline in the civility in our meeting spaces.
She says the idea for the forum came together after someone attending an election board meeting yelled an anti-Semitic comment.
I was so taken back by it.
She says that crossed a line. She hopes the conversation will bring people together. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
Update on election 2024. A new poll shows former President Trump leading Vice President Harris in 3 battleground states, including Georgia. The New York Times Siena College poll has Trump ahead ahead in Georgia, Arizona, and North Carolina. It shows Trump leading by a margin of 49 to 45% in Georgia, which is similar to the numbers in an Atlanta Journal-Constitution poll released last week. It had Trump ahead 47 to 44 within the poll's margin of error. The University of Georgia faces a call to drop the suspensions for the 6 students arrested for taking part in a war protest on UGA's campus earlier this year. First Amendment attorney Samantha Hamilton says it is a matter of free speech.
We call upon UGA to publicly apologize to the student protesters and to reinstate them with the university to put them back in the positions they were in before, to make them whole.
In a statement, the university says they support freedom of expression on campus, but it must comply with the law and university policy. A local car club raises $40,000 for the victims of the Appalachia High School shooting. Derek Stidham with the Pharaohs Car Club of Georgia says the outpouring of support was massive. He says more than 750 cars showed up for the event over the weekend at the Home Depot parking lot in Bethlehem.
We were planning for maybe a few hundred, maybe 100 or 200, and it quadrupled what we were expecting.
He says there were people from all over coming together to help the victims of the shooting. Appalachia students return to class for a phased reopening tomorrow. The suspect in the apparent assassination attempt on former President Trump at a Florida golf course will remain behind bars.
The judge said, look, the weight of these charges and of the evidence, I just am not willing to let him out on bond.
CBS national correspondent Manuel Bojorquez says prosecutors are suggesting they plan to file more charges against Ryan Ruth. A new home for the Atlanta Opera's back in production and administrative offices.
And the great news is that it's on the Beltline, right where Atlanta meets.
Tomer Zavulan, general and artistic director of the Atlanta Opera, tells WSB it's located at the Bobby Jones Golf Course Clubhouse. It will include a chamber music recital hall for about 200 people. The $45 million project is expected to be completed by the fall of 2027. It is now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. And triple team traffic starts now with Smiling Mark McKay.
The ride through Cobb Cherokee was okay until just now. JamCam shows us left lane crash that means only one right lane of the through lane's open in Kennesaw, 575 northbound at exit 1 Barrett Parkway. No need to scramble for an alternate yet as traffic volume is light heading up to Woodstock, but be aware of that. Of course, the express lanes work well. 400 is all cleaned up out of Buckhead through Sandy Springs, Roswell, Alpharetta, and Cumming. There is a crowd on I-85 rolling out of DeKalb County. Veronica Relco, Ray Carrier Traffic Center.
Yeah, and all of it is because of that crash is off to the right, 85 northbound at Indian Trail Road. Exit 101 causing tough delays as you leave Spaghetti Junction, 285. Get past all of that crash over in the Brazelton area, 85 northbound around Highway 53. Winder Highway has cleared, maybe just a tap of the brakes through the area. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Partly cloudy, staying hot for the rest of this evening. Temperatures slowly cooling to the low 70s for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy. A few pop-up storms can't be ruled out. High 93. A cold front moving in on Wednesday, so mostly cloudy with widespread heavy rain and thunderstorms. High 85. Watching for future Hurricane Helene to move in on Thursday afternoon into the evening hours. Thursday's high is 76. Watching for damaging wind gusts and heavy rain east of the metro Atlanta area. Helene will be out of the metro region by Friday. Still cloudy and breezy with a high of 77.
Right now, 92 in Midtown Atlanta, 87 in Dunwoody, and 90 in Noonan. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, it's Ashley Frasca from the traffic team. And, you know, when I report traffic every morning, I hear from people that are jammed up. They are bumper to bumper, and there's not enough room to move on the Atlanta roads. You know that. So let me ask you, is the storage at your business like that? Do you feel like you've outgrown your space? Shipping Containers for You has the perfect solution. Shipping Containers for You has 40-foot and 20-foot containers that can be delivered to you within days. Go to shippingcontainersforyou.com. Find the shipping container that you need for your home or business and have it delivered within days.
Get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate and sell your home for cash without the stress of listing your home on the market. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. One of our clients, KR, said, "We sold our home for substantially more than we paid, and we were able to move quickly. Thank you, Mark Spain Real Estate." Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and find out what your guaranteed offer will be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
The past few months have been incredibly tough for me. It's Belinda Skelton, and just before the holidays, my dad passed away. And now my brother and I are responsible for my mom's care needs. Balancing my role as wife, mom, and daughter have been overwhelming. My mom needs round-the-clock care, and I felt this guilt, like I had to do everything myself. Luckily, my brother and I refer to Four Seasons Home Care. They've become our lifeline, ensuring Mom is happy and well cared for right at home, where she wants to be. Four Seasons Home Care is local, family-run business, not a franchise or a national corporation, so trust me, they care. They helped us find compassionate caregivers, allowing me to focus on being a daughter. If you have aging parents, don't wait on this. Reach out to Four Seasons Home Care and start the conversation. It's a free call that can change everything. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
When defending bikers' rights, trust is everything and results matter. SteelHorseLaw.com.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
I don't get it.
I totally disagree with you on that.
Well, you're wrong.
I could pull up my scorecard here for all of the college games that were incredible this week. That
I
USC,
just thought it was
Michigan
another,
game,
as a casual, just a football fan, I just feel like college football just needs to, it's too many games you tune in. I was, college football, usually Saturday. I'm like, let me see what's going on. And you can watch 4 games at a time. Oh, what am I going to concentrate on? The one that's 92-3? 24 to 38-3. It's like, how do these college fans get all excited when they watch their favorite team beat up on a high school team? I don't get.
Sometimes the high school team beats up on your favorite college team.
Yes.
UNC stunk this weekend.
they lost to James Madison.
Okay, that happens every once in a while, and that's a story.
What was great about it was James Madison got paid $500,000 to beat UNC.
I get it. What I don't understand is how the fans of their favorite team, how do they get all excited and drunk and high fives when you beat a high school team 72-3? I simply don't understand it.
You know, the poll rankings will be safe at that point.
Yeah.
You say we beat them, because if you only beat them 32-3, then you're in danger. But when you beat them 72-3, you're like, we're not going to fall. We're not going to fall.
My favorite team going into the fourth quarter is leading by 70 points. I'm hitting the parking lot early. I'm beating the traffic out.
Yeah,
I'm not staying for the celebration.
Or at least go to the post game a little bit early. But obviously, you didn't tune into the USC Michigan game.
No,
because
I missed that one.
Everyone expected USC to go into the big house and take care of Michigan. And Michigan,
you really think Lincoln Riley is ever going to do what people say that he's going to do?
He beat LSU this year. He beat
LSU stinks.
LSU's okay. They're okay. I don't want to put them in the stink
LSU
They're
stinks.
Okay. But for
and I used to sell Cokes in that stadium, so I have the right to say it.
For again, USC to come in there and not win that game was huge. Michigan completely upset them, and talk about a rude awakening to the Big Ten.
That's fine. My point is there aren't enough games for the casual fan, right? Who just likes football, and Bulldogs weren't playing, and so
they got Bama this week.
Just as like with the NFL, if the Bills or the Falcons aren't playing, I can always find
a
competitive game, something to watch, something that's interesting. By the way,
but see, you're watching the game to watch the game, where some people are watching the game to drink.
No, I'm drinking.
No. But that's not your.
I'm saying
with all the betting these days, there's a lot to follow.
Well, that's true too. But that's your goal isn't the drinking. It's just like how we sort of like tease Jared, where it's like he only goes to these things because drinking's involved.
No, but what I'm saying is people get genuinely excited when their favorite team beats a high school team 72-3. I can't understand that.
The other secret.
How did you? No, I mean the next day they're still excited because their team won, and it's like I don't get that. I don't understand that. I understand getting excited because your team beat a good team.
I think it's just
you getting excited because you barely lost to a good team. But I don't understand.
Well, it's nice because there's no stress during that game. You get to watch a game, just watch your team run all over the field.
But what have you
worrying.
learned about your team when they beat up a Pee Wee League team? I just don't understand
they're doing what they're supposed to do.
I can tell you that as my school, West Georgia, has just gone Division I. We're starting to now book some of the bigger schools that we get paid to go play. I will be there at those. I don't care how bad we get our butts kicked.
No, that's fine. I understand you want to be there because West Georgia playing Alabama is a huge deal.
Yeah.
You've won the right to get your butts kicked on national television, and you should be there.
I will be there to watch the butt kick. I'll enjoy the hell out of the tailgate beforehand.
By the way, we've just thrown away stories from Studio B1 because I know that Greg wants to weigh in on this Falcons loss, and I think the Falcons actually looked pretty damn good. They lost a couple of guys. They lost a couple of guys. They lost a couple of guys on the offensive line. They couldn't really figure it out after that.
The lack of adjustments is what was disappointing. Other than that,
yes,
it was like, they were okay. Then there was that bad call or non-call.
Yes.
You can't lose your center, Dahlman, and then you can't lose Caleb McGarry, who, again, is a Pro Bowl.
But you should be able to. You should be able to lose them and then adjust as needed.
As Collinsworth was pointing out, they kind of were still running the same plays based on those guys being in there, and that they're based on timing, and you can only really get it down through reps in practice, and so probably they needed to have a plan B in case something like that happened. But all that being said, you barely lost to the best team over the last 5 years.
And had a chance to win on the last drive.
You're right there.
Twice.
And I don't know, but the Kansas City Chiefs are so scary. They haven't played one good game, offensively anyway, and they're 3-0.
Yeah.
Guess I got news for you. I'm not any kind of scientist or expert when it comes to football, but they're just going to get better. So they're 3-0 without playing really one good game offensively. And then, poor Travis Kelce over there. I believe something's going on. I think that he's on the Matt Healy, Joe Alwyn train.
Oh, boy.
And he knows it. That's why he looks so sad and fat.
Tay was out Saturday night in New York with Gigi Hadid.
She chose to go out in New York City rather than going to the game. Suddenly the game is not the priority. And I guarantee you, we don't see Taylor sit down and write songs. But if she's written what she considers 10 great songs about what a jerk Travis Kelce has become, it's over. She has her next album.
Maybe she thinks he's a jerk because he didn't go to New York with her on Saturday night and then flew to Atlanta.
Maybe that's why he's feeling so sad.
He was dejected. That's shot on. I know everyone's talking about it, but
don't you think it's probably just a moment? He probably just feels
in the moment. I saw it and thought the same thing. It wasn't one of these things I saw the next day. Everyone's talking about it. I saw it on TV and I think, oh,
when you're an
sad
athlete at his level, first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt. First chance to get in the Hall of Fame, he's going to be there. Obviously, and what is he, 35 now, 34, 35 years old. And so in his athletic life, as great as he is, it's always a concept in your head. One day your body is going to get older and you're not going to be able to do some of these things. But what you may have been seeing on the sideline there is a human being maybe coming to terms. Now, that doesn't mean that Andy Reid isn't going to figure out a way to make this guy important before the season's over. He definitely will, but maybe it will look different and maybe it will be in a smaller role. And so it might be that we just saw a guy thinking, well, I always knew that moment was out there, but wow, I can't believe it's here. If he's doing the same things he's always done, but suddenly he's not open, then that means, now there's no turning this around. And maybe it was just sort of now I just have to be happy being probably a billionaire one day. I don't know where I'm going to find my happiness. Football maybe is behind me.
That's what's difficult. You're with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift's going to have a career that goes on for decades longer, and his career's, I mean, again, we already talked about him being in movies and TV shows and stuff, but
by the way,
the playing career is almost over. He's got to sit around for 50 years while she continues to tour the world and make even more money.
Yes, that doesn't necessarily last forever. Ask Guns N' Roses. It doesn't necessarily, when you're on top, last for 20 or 30 or 40
Stevie
years.
Nicks is still going.
Stevie, Fleetwood Mac. Are they still going?
Madonna's still going.
Yeah, Madonna's still going.
And still sexy as hell. Just ask her. She'll tell you. Smiley Mark says the connector is slow in Midtown.
It certainly is, but certainly improving by Monday standards. You are hitting the brakes at 17th Street. Once you get past Georgia Tech, you start to pick up speed, rolling toward I-20. Really, no delays left over northbound on the connector. 85 is slow, up to some earlier trouble at Indian Trail Road, leaving 285. That's exit 102. And watching a slow zone that could go away quickly into Woodstock. It's Andrew Seco, Coolray Carrier Traffic Center.
All right, now looking at roadwork popping up in the left lane, 575 southbound at 6's Road. That's exit 11. Already have a bit of a delay spot here. Right now, things are short-lived, so no need for an alternate quick tap of the brakes. And some extra commute time. Better news, though, heading north through Kennesaw. We're now off to the left out of active travel lanes. 575 north at Barrett Parkway. That's exit 1, but we are still slowing and going, heading from Marietta closer into Woodstock. This report sponsored by True Natural Gas. Bigfoot, aliens, and dragons probably aren't true. They certainly aren't local. To see something both local and true, visit TrueNaturalGas.com. They're a local company with honest pricing and truly low rates. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Mark Arum. And I knew you folks would step up.
He knows Atlanta.
Ask the girl behind the counter, what's your most popular cookie?
And Atlanta knows him.
Today, all of them.
Mark Arum.
He's the guy that talked about us on the radio.
Tomorrow at 9.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and Trump has also proposed severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Harris for President.
Men, if you're suffering from ED or PE, Priority Men's Medical Center will get your love life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your love life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To regain your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Shane Company has been servicing Atlanta for nearly 50 years, and we know exactly how to help you find your dream engagement ring, no matter your budget, and we'll protect it with a free lifetime warranty. Come visit us in Duluth, Alpharetta, or Kennesaw. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
So your septic system needs repairs. That stinks. First, they want to charge you to pump out the tank and charge you again for the repair. That's just wrong. Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Scorpion Septic, and we don't do that. With us, there's never a pump out charge with your repair. You'll save hundreds.
Take the sting out of septic service with Scorpion Septic, where there is never a pump out charge with your repair. Call for more information.
ScorpionSepticServices.com. Does he love me? What's he thinking? Is he cheating on me?
If love has you guessing, Spirit Now's trusted psychics have the answers. For over 15 years, we've helped thousands find their true path in love. Whether it's your current partner, an ex, or finding your soulmate, our gifted advisors offer clarity and guidance. We'll ease your worries and show you the way forward. With Spirit Now, you can find the comfort and joy you deserve. Wondering if true love is out there? Feeling lost? Our compassionate psychics are ready to listen and guide you. Discover what love has in store. Take advantage of our special offer today. Your first reading is just $1 a minute. Visit spiritnow.com or call 888-760-6999. That's 888-760-6999.
The guidance I got really changed everything for me.
Your first reading is just $1 a minute. Visit spiritnow.com or call 888-760-6999. Your true path in love starts with Spirit Now. Call 888-760-6999.
I know that many people may feel like, well, that guy's a Bills fan. This is going to be a walk in the park tonight. Jacksonville, they're terrible. One of the teams that I fear the most. Some teams just have another team's number. And since Jacksonville came into the league, they surprisingly upset us in the 90s in a playoff game that nobody expected them to be in. So I looked it up. The Bills and Jaguars have played 19 times, including 2 postseason games. Jacksonville leads the all-time series 10-9 because they've beaten us twice in the playoffs. And we lead the regular season 9-8. So it's always, no matter what's going on. Urban Meyer won 2 NFL games, one against the Buffalo Bills. No matter how bad, Trevor Lawrence, no matter how bad he gets talked down, this guy's a bust. Not when he's playing the Buffalo Bills. Seems to always figure out a way. And it always happens like this when it's like, it's a no-brainer. It's in Buffalo. It's Jacksonville. Never take these for granted. Never. Never. Yeah, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Why in the world?
Unfortunately, I won't be on the field. Well, actually, fortunately, they'd be much worse.
Why in the
if I was on
world
the field.
do they have 2 games tonight?
I know, and this one starts at 7:30. I'm going to have to speed. Warning to all the cops. I'm going to have to use the hospitality highway as a conveyor belt to get to my house so I don't miss much of this. Yeah, I know. What is with the 2 games?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
It
on
must
Monday
be
night.
working, whatever. Because it's been a few years now, right? They've been doing this?
They do this occasionally during the year, yeah.
And I don't get it at all. What's the other one? Washington?
And the Bengals.
Yeah, I'll have that on a secondary screen, I guess. I just don't get the point of it.
As long as Dalton Kincaid and
2
Jamar
standalone
Chase.
games, it doesn't even make any sense.
I know, and I think there's a Manning cast too on one of them. So you have 3. You have 3 different broadcasts.
No, but I mean it's 2 games. You have a bunch of broadcasts. Doesn't matter. So many games. So if the Jags win tonight, and we go, I bet you that surprised Eric. Know this, it did not, because for some teams just have other teams' number. It just doesn't matter what's going on with the Jags. They seem to play well against the Bills. So
you'll be fine. Right now it says it'll take you 32 minutes to get there.
I'll miss the first 2
What, you can miss the national anthem?
Do they don't really show the national anthem anymore, do they?
Not really.
I feel like on the nationally televised games they do.
Probably.
You'll miss commentary like, we're going to see what happens tonight. So-and-so's playing.
All the guys at the desk.
Injuries, blah, blah, blah.
All the guys at the desk are going to give their pick.
Well, it's going to be all about whether Trevor Lawrence is a bust. And by the way, if they do get killed tonight, crushed by the Bills, that talk is going to go into overdrive because I think Trevor will have lost like his last 8 or 9 games. All right, that's your sports talk edition of the Von Hessler Doctrine.
You got to be careful. You're going to make this guy mad.
Von Hessler, I'm halfway through episode 74. This is not a sports show. That's all you've been talking about.
That's Autumn through a voice filter.
For real.
All right, that music is telling us 2 things. Shut the hell up and get the hell out. And you know us. We do what we're told. We're good patriots. We never question authority. Good citizens. Shelley Winter, another good citizen's got a great radio show on tap for you. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on the journey. Do not piss off the genie.
Who's next?
656, still following a crowd through Spaghetti Junction, 285 east, the inner loop slow, trying to get on to I-85 north. Once you get up to Jimmy Carter Boulevard, exit 99, much better ride through Norcross. The 575 trek northbound will improve with a crash on the shoulder. 575 north of Bear Parkway, exit 1, looks like construction setting up on the southbound side of 575. Quite slow now between Holly Springs and Woodstock near the Ridgewalk Parkway region. You can always use Highway 5. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Air. Get a new AC system. Pay nothing till 2025. Visit reliableair.com. Schedule a free consultation. Smile Mark McKay, 95.5 WSB.
Money Update. From WSB consumer expert Clark Howard. Sponsored by Reliable Heating and Air.
There are a large number of tax credits right now available for a variety of energy improvements. As an example, when the time comes that your air conditioner has croaked, look at putting in one of these ultra energy efficient heat pumps. You'll get a big tax credit for it, and the payback and savings in energy are wonderful. Other things that work incredibly well, getting adequate insulation inside your home, credit or not.
This is Ashley Frasca, and you've heard my friends at ChopMyTree.com on Green and Growing. The goals of their tree care professionals are safety, preserving your property, and prompt customer service. ChopMyTree.com has state-of-the-art equipment, including 3 grapple saw cranes. For the best tree work in all of Metro Atlanta, and now the South Side too, it's ChopMyTree.com. Visit ChopMyTree.com for a free estimate and to see service areas. Premier Tree Solutions. ChopMyTree.com is changing the way tree work is done in Atlanta.
The past few months have been incredibly tough for me. It's Belinda Skelton, and just before the holidays, my dad passed away. And now my brother and I are responsible for my mom's care needs. Balancing my role as wife, mom, and daughter have been overwhelming. My mom needs round-the-clock care, and I felt this guilt, like I had to do everything myself. Luckily, my brother and I are referred to Four Seasons Home Care. They've become our lifeline, ensuring mom is happy and well cared for right at home, where she wants to be. Four Seasons Home Care is local, family-run business, not a franchise or a national corporation, so trust me, they care. They helped us find compassionate caregivers, allowing me to focus on being a daughter. If you have aging parents, don't wait on this. Reach out to Four Seasons Home Care and start the conversation. It's a free call that can change everything. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
Ramjack has the highest quality foundation repair products in the nation. And I'm not just saying it. An independent testing organization certified it. Doug Turnbull here. No other foundation repair product will perform as well as